Alex, I use they them pronouns. I'm playing a moon druid named Rune who's a water genasi. I'm excited.
Hell yeah.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Okay. So,
Hell yeah.
like Johnny mentioned, we are kind of rebooting this. We did try this a little while ago, and we had some scheduling issues. We had some better ideas for the story, so we're starting over again from the ground up, from level 1 characters. So, let me introduce the world. The world is basically run by a government called the Coergent. This is a governing system of 7 kings that run this huge empire on a massive bit of land that basically comprises the entire world. However, there was this newly discovered set of islands called the Shattered Lands. And at first, they just sent prisoners to the Shattered Land. However, after a bit, they noticed that they held some very valuable resources like gold, platinum, silver, and so they started mining them. However, around the Shattered Lands are a group of seas called the Dead Zone. In the Dead Zone, many ships are lost in transit from the Shattered Lands to the Coergent, and so it makes it very tough for prisoners, merchants, military, and passengers alike to make it from the mainland to the islands. Now, since prisoners were being sent here first, kind of in an exile sort of way, it basically meant that when this place started up, it was a haven for no good doers and pirates and things of that sort. So, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and hop into a ship on transit from the mainland to this new set of islands. We open as we find our heroes aboard a transport vessel named the Storm Runner. This ship is famous for being back and forth from the islands multiple times, a feat not accomplished by many. It's on its way to the Scattered Lands, and while it does hold a few passengers, it's mainly a military prison vessel hauling new troops and supplies, and as well as some prisoners to be used as manual labor in the new lands. The ship is piloted by the famous captain Zentham Rawls, a man who has not only made the journey successfully once, but 3 times. He stands proudly but sternly at the wheel of his ship, his piercing black eyes pinned to the horizon. And, Connor, where are you at this moment on the ship?
Is there, I guess there would be like passenger rooms, or maybe just like a big room with like a bunch of, like hammocks, I guess, or
Yeah, so since this is a transport vessel for mainly military, it's a little bare bones, but there's definitely a room with a bunch of hammocks as well as some private crew quarters for the people that paid a little bit more for the travel.
Okay. Yeah, I snuck aboard, so kind of like trying to blend in, sort of with, the soldiers, I guess. So I'm sleeping like where they would, and well, I'm laying where they would, and just kind of keeping an eye on like what they're doing to try and like, imitate what they're doing and not ruse suspicion or raise suspicion.
Okay. So you're just trying to not raise suspicion. Is there anything that you're hiding in particular? Is there anything you don't want them to see about you?
Just that I'm not supposed to be on the ship, or I didn't pay to get on the ship, or
Okay.
whatever that would be.
Okay. As you are kind of just hiding, just trying to stay under the radar, you see a man walk into the crew quarters where a few soldiers and deckmates are lounging, and he says, "All right, on your feet. We're getting into the dead zone, and I need everyone on deck. That means everyone, passengers alike. We need every hand we can spare." And he looks at you specifically, as everybody gets their feet and starts begrudgingly heading up the deck.
Right away. And I hop out of the hammock and head on up.
Okay. Down below decks, some moisture is coming in through the walls. It's muggy, it's dark. But this is where the rest of our party finds themselves. In jail, we find... well, why don't you guys introduce yourselves and basically just, like, say what it is you're doing in jail. You're all in these small cells. Basically bare bones, no beds, nothing. Just on this transport that has taken about a week. Johnny, why don't you go ahead and start?
For sure. Galen is like I said before, a former pirate. And former is very much in quotations. I would currently be a pirate if I wasn't in prison right now. My ship that I was a crewmate on was trying to breach into the Shattered Isles. But unfortunately, things didn't go so well for our ship, and we got picked up right along the way by the Stormrunner. And so I am currently imprisoned because I was part of that pirate ship. For the past, week or so that I've been stuck here, I've been mostly trying to keep to myself, kind of carefully watching everyone else around me because I'm a bit of a distrustful type, mostly because I'm a pirate, so I've been used to... I've been used to having to watch my back around people that I don't know.
Okay, awesome. And how about Kamos?
Kamos is here because of a classic. He shouldn't even be here. He shouldn't be on this ship. He shouldn't be being shipped off to the Shattered Land. He is here because of a betrayal. He's been basically someone decided that it would be better to send Kamos away for no problems of his own. Don't mind the fact that he developed a few magical abilities. That doesn't matter to this place. Instead, he was an inconvenience to those who wanted things that belonged to him. And whoops, there you go. Now you're stuck going to Fantasy Austria.
Perfect. And Rune, how about you?
They've got like a little harmonica they're playing right now.
Instantly the least favorite prisoner.
Everybody starts throwing at you. No. Go for it.
They were also a pirate on the same ship that Galen was on. Totally didn't have to look at Johnny's character sheet. Though they're a very new pirate. They were picked up at the last port the ship was at, and then they immediately got caught.
Perfect. As you are all... Oh, sorry, go for it.
No,
He said nice.
Oh, okay.
I was just responding.
No, go for it again. Say it again. Say it for me this time.
Nice.
Anyway, as you all are languishing in your little cells, the guards outside wield muskets kind of pointed at you. They've heard rumors that some of you might be magic users, the thing that's very rare and despised in this world, at least by the Corregent. As the cry goes out for all hands on deck, a few of the guards leaving one to watch over the prisoners. He's a big burly man, and he has a blunderbuss, which looks like it could do some real damage if you tried anything. On the walls, about 5 feet in between two cages, which house both of you, or all three of you rather, sits a ring of keys on the wall. But in front of the ring of keys stands this imposing guard. You are split up into these two cells. Kamos and Galen, you are in a cell together. And Rune, you are in a cell with a man who hasn't talked for pretty much the entire journey. He's an older gentleman, about in his 50s. He has some graying hair, and he has looked sullen since the time you were forcefully boarded onto the ship. As the cry for all hands on deck goes out, perks up a little bit. First time you've seen him perk up in the entire journey. As he does this, he bumps you, Rune, whispers in your ear. But there's a chance. See that ring of keys on the wall? You don't want to go to the prisoner camps. You gotta trust me on this. You just don't want to go. I've been there before. I escaped, and I guess I'm back there. But this is our only chance. Please, let's figure out a way to get those keys. Magic, right? What are you, is at least? Friends over there, maybe?
Well, I mean, my hair is kind of moving like it's underwater, so yeah, a little magic.
I mean, if you didn't know, I think that's all water. I'll see, right?
But
See more of
magic,
you.
though.
Oh, okay. I'll take your word
It's
for
like
it.
inherent magic.
Cool.
Okay. I might be able to get him.
How
Oh, go for it. What were you asking?
I was gonna ask how loudly are they talking?
Very quietly, but he
okay,
does
like-
gesture over to you.
You got a playing, Alex?
Yes, I do. I'm trying to see if it'll work. I just gotta look up the actual... Nope, that's the wrong one.
While this is happening, I think Gelen sees this old man like kind of talk to Rune, and even though I don't trust very quickly, I do know Rune a little bit, and I feel kind of responsible for the fact that they're here because like they joined the pirate ship that I was a part of, and then immediately something bad happened. So I'm gonna like walk over to the wall and be like, "All right, bud, what do you got in mind?"
How are we bound?
You're not bound, actually. You're just in cages.
Oh,
But you are free to move around. These cages are about 5 square feet, so really not
Alright.
even enough room to lie down.
all right. Well, like some real have you figured out what you're planning on doing, Rune?
Yeah.
Okay.
I use my cantrip gust to create a small blast of air that's capable of moving one object that is neither held nor carried. That is weighs no more than 5 pounds.
What are the components of Gust? And what does that look like?
Verbal and what is
Somatic.
Somatic.
What's that?
So your hand.
That means
Oh
movement.
yeah. So she kind of they kind of just like whispers to the air and like holds out their hand and like pulls
Okay.
and
You're definitely going to need to give me a self check for this because the guard is looking at you
yeah,
with a gun.
fair.
I'm going to do a just general like perception readiness check for him, and he rolled pretty high. So
That's a 21.
okay.
And I thought you said that they got pulled onto deck.
All but one.
All but one.
Ah,
So, describe how you blow this ring of keys into your cell or the opposing one.
It kind of like the wind like pushes at it and just kind of lifts it up and carries it to the cell.
Okay. You successfully beat this guy's perception, which he rolled a dirty 20 by 1. You beat it by 1.
oh wow.
So-
Love to see it.
Nice.
Well done, Rune.
He bends over and he just scratches his nose and like kind of like sneezes as you do this, completely oblivious. And you get this ring of keys. And
You ever
man,
bend over to scratch your nose?
he's
and
tiny
sneeze?
shoe. hands and knees. You know what?
His
A
brother
versatile
was
man.
playing.
Probably like farted really loud while doing all of that,
Yeah.
like all simultaneously.
He's
feels
using a
embarrassed
Wiimote
about it.
steering controller.
His perception was so high, but it was only used to tell how embarrassing he just acted.
Exactly. His self-perception is incredibly high.
Perfect. You do this, and the man in the cell beside you, Rune, says, "Done. All right. Well, have to create some sort of distraction. We don't want to get shot. So, what do you plan on doing? I would love to help out, but I'm not sure how."
Okay. I kind of like look towards Galen and like gesture for help.
I'm gonna like turn to the tiefling in the corner of the room and be like, "Oi, mate, you trying to get out of here?"
Shh. Yeah. Yes. Do you
Okay.
give me some of your clothing?
Sorry.
Actually, it looks like you're wearing fleece. Do you have a bit of strand or something I can have? Just a thread.
Okay,
That's
sure.
all I need.
And I just, I just kind of rip out a thread of the cloth I'm wearing, pass it over.
Okay. So I grab it. Because I assume we have very little. I scrub together this fleece in between my fingers, and let's see, cast a minor illusion. Just turning my back to the thing, and I want to put a sound on the top of the deck of the captain, like screaming for everyone on deck, including the last man in the thing, to come up top and check out what's happening.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to do a deception check against this guy.
Sure. I'm sure Kamos is very good at this. Let us roll. That is a 14.
14 was the DC to beat. So, as
Of course it was.
you do this, I was like, oh man, should I make it 15? Then you said for it. I was like, nah, it is what it is. I decided. As you do this,
Alright.
create a small distraction, where just barely up on deck you hear, "Old man, up on deck now," and it seems a little weird. Like it sounds a bit odd, but the man looks at you, the guard anyway, looks at you, aims his gun up at you, and he says, "All right, funny business while I'm gone. Anything is out of order when I get back here. I'm putting a bullet in one of you." And with
Oh,
that,
not me.
no, it's definitely gonna be you now.
Oh,
And
damn it.
yep. All right. And he turns and looks back one last time, walks up on deck. What do you do?
Well, as he walks away, look at Rune and go, "Don't worry, we'll put you in back. He won't be able to get to you."
Oh, nice. Cool. I started unlocking the doors with the keys. Yeah.
Perfect. As you guys are getting out of the cells and preparing to do whatever you're going to do next, we're going to cut back up onto deck where Honor. How do you say your character's name again?
Valendros.
Valendros. Valendros has been called with the rest of the crew to basically man the rigging, just batten down things so they don't go overboard as this storm is. You get up on deck. And the man who called you up, who came into the quarters, is there. And you know this man because he's kind of been eyeing you. He doesn't really trust you. He's this cruel first mate who kind of mistreats deckhands. And while you're a passenger, he's not really allowed to do anything like that. But you can tell he wants to. He distrusts you for some reason. So,
Yeah.
what are you doing up on deck?
I'm sure I've heard his name. Do I know his name by
Yes,
chance?
you do. This guy's name is Mateo Prentice. You've heard him called First Mate Prentice, mainly though.
Okay. I am. So, I guess a question, real quick, I have is this like a very open ocean type world, or are there definitely like ports that
So you're
people like
heading
live at?
to a main port, basically like the center of the coergence is what I called it. Coergence power in this new world, the Shattered Lands. You're heading to that port, but first you've got to get through the dead zone, which is this extremely
Right.
stormy
Okay.
region.
Okay. I don't. I'm not big on ships, or Valendros is not big on ships. I don't think he's ever particularly been on one. So he might be like a little seasick and trying to hide that. But he sees Mateo, the first mate, looking at him, and he quickly goes to, like the biggest group of crewmates, and tries to blend in with what they're doing.
So that group of crewmates is basically holding these long ropes as they hold the or not the mast, rather the sails taut as they're being kind of shorn up for the storm, so they don't rip. And you try to kind of, I guess, hold on to one of these ropes as well.
Yes.
Okay. So you just kind of grab on with everybody else. Give me a strength check.
Oh no. That is a 6 + 1, 7.
So, what happens is you grab onto this, another crewmate looks at you, gives you a nod, goes to help out with something else on deck, and it slips through your fingers. One corner of the sail, which is extremely heavy, falls back down, and a man who was on the rigging loses his grip and falls 15 onto deck. He yells out as he sprains his ankle, and you immediately have Prentice's eyes on you. He storms over and he grabs you by the cuff of your shirt. He says, "Did you do that? Did you know of that rope?"
Yes, sir. It slipped through my fingers.
"Oh, it just slipped through your fingers. Just like that. Oh, easy. Nothing to it then. Just slip through your fingers. That's fine."
I get that this is, one of those things where you're really mad, but making it seem like you're not, and I just want to jump on top of this, and whatever you want to do to punish me, just go ahead and get to it.
Listen here. That man had died from that fall. I would have killed you too. I don't care if you're crew. I don't care if you paid to be here. You're as much a part of the crew as the mates, the deckhands, me, or the captain when you're on the ship. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
One more mistake like that, I'll have you thrown down into the brig. And instead of being, whatever you are, merchant, traveler, whatever you want to do in this new world, you're going to be working in a prison camp with the rest of the inmates.
Understood.
Back to work. Don't let me catch you slipping up again. And
Can I?
Yeah.
Oh, can I? I'm still talking to Prentice. Maybe I can get him down to the medical bay. If you know, not too good up here.
See that you do. And I want you to help out down there. And if he isn't shipshape in half an hour, then I'll
Got it.
break your leg. Don't make that understood.
Absolutely.
Excuse me, was that a laugh?
No, sir. Sorry.
Is this funny?
Absolutely not.
Get him down there. And he just turns away from you.
It's mean.
Owie, ouchie, my feelings.
Oh man, that was definitely out of character laughing, but it worked either way. That's fine. I go see to the dude that I accidentally almost killed.
Yeah, so he's just grabbing onto his ankle, kind of like moaning. He definitely like sprained it or something, but it doesn't look too serious.
That's good. I walk up to him and say, "Sorry, I'm kind of new to this. What's your name?"
Name's John Smith.
All right. Well, John, I'm gonna get you to the medical bay. Can you walk on your other leg?
Hobble. Can I lean on you?
All right, let's go.
Right. And you start to help him down. We're going to cut back down below deck as a massive cumulonimbus cloud blows in the distance. And you have just unlocked all these cages. What are you doing? Everybody.
So, are there any cages down here other than the ones that were containing us?
So you look to be the only prisoners brought over on this ship. This is mainly a supply ship. It has a
Gotcha.
bunch of troops and deckmates.
Gotcha. Okay. Because I was going to say if there were other people, I would want to go free them too. But if it's just the four of us, I want to grab the old guy really quick and just be like, "All right, Mister, what's your name? I need to know if I can trust you to help us out of here."
My name, but he's bothered to ask in quite a while, but my name is Henry Viscal. Thank you for helping me out.
All right, Henry. Here's what's going to happen. All right, we are going to go to the supply area, and we are going to retrieve all of our belongings. We're going to sneak onto a rowboat, and we're going to get out of here. We don't have a great chance of making it through the dead zone, but it's a better chance than if we, I don't know, made it to the slave camp you were talking about.
Well, I suppose that's true, but we plan on getting life raft. I mean, deck is secured with ropes and pulleys and sorts of things.
Have our secrets.
Yes, what my friend here means is we're both former crew of a different ship. We know how to work these things.
Well, we're gonna need one hell of a distraction then. Any of you got any other magic in your sleeves? Genasi, that off like it was nothing.
Go.
I'm gonna turn to Kamos and just kind of shrug in your direction, and then say, if we can't think of something, I might have a trick, but it's kind of a one and done situation. I've got one shot at making a distraction, and that's it.
I mean, we can always just set something on fire.
No, you can't set a ship on fire. All right.
Why?
Ships are the heart of the sea. If you burn a ship, it's like burning the freedom of the ocean.
Yeah, but this one was trying to restrict our freedom.
No, the people on this ship are trying to restrict
Can I
our freedom.
set people on fire?
Yes,
All right.
people are
They
allowed to
are-
burn. You can't burn ships.
All right. What if the ship catches on fire on accident because of the burning?
Then we put the ship out, but we let the person burn.
This ship is complicit. I think it is all right if it burns. Treasonous acts.
I just kind of look over at you saying that, and I'm like, just kind of like lower my eyebrow a little bit at you, and I'm just like,
Anyway,
Anyways, we should get moving.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Yes, I agree. So,
Alright.
the armory first?
we should, yes. The army is, I think, would be the best place to go. We should at least have a fighting chance. Do we know? Would I assume, being familiar with ships know where to go on this particular class of ship for armory stuff?
So this is a galleon. Some of you might be familiar with it, but actually Henry speaks up and he says, actually, I think that the armory is a little bigger, so they switched out the crew quarters and the armory is the hauling more supplies. It's back this way. I've been on the ship before. It took me here the first time I was here. It's a long story, but basically I've been to the camps and back and stolen a few things and it doesn't matter. This way. He leads you out very carefully and down towards the stern of the ship, which holds a large room guarded by a oak door with a padlock on it. Henry stops at the door and looks a little confused. Amos, what are you thinking about this?
That I wish I had some thieves' tools.
You just haven't met the rogue yet.
Exactly. Can you get over here?
Yeah, I teleport to them. Is that okay, Toby? Or...
Yeah.
Can we just
Can our
do that?
can our
Fast
rogue
travel.
that we haven't met yet? Yeah, just fast. Well, he can't fast travel. There are enemies nearby.
So true.
Perhaps the guard that we sent upstairs has access to this armory on him. Perhaps we should lay in wait and ambush him.
I have an idea. And
got?
I cast Primal Savagery, which is another cantrip. My teeth and fingernails sharpen, and I bite at the metal, and I be hitting it with acid, essentially.
Okay. Interesting.
I want to destroy that padlock with acid.
Thank you so much, AnTSG, by the way. Sorry to stop the story, but thank you so much for that follow. So you are trying to basically like burn the lock off with acid?
From my teeth.
I mean, that sucks. That's a bad image. I don't want to think about you biting a padlock with teeth hurt. But go ahead.
They're sharp.
Give me an
It
attack
just
roll,
goes
I
through like
suppose,
butter.
on this lock that you're biting.
I'd be adding my spell attack bonus, right? Because it's a melee.
It's a
Guess
melee spell
so.
attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah,
for it.
so 25.
Okay.
Damn.
You bite into this lock, and the acid from your mouth just kind of melts through the iron of the lock, and it falls to the ground and clanks. Door swings open, and you see before you an armory loaded with guns, ammunition, and most importantly, the supplies that were taken away from you when you were taken prisoner on the vessel. So all of your weapons, all your gear, everything like that, you can go ahead and get that back.
Nice.
Can I look around and gather a few more bullets for my pistol?
Yeah, sure. You can go ahead and make me an investigation.
For sure. Let me do that.
I'm just sitting in the corner going like, pet, pet, trying to get the taste of burnt iron out of my mouth.
It's 17 investigation.
Okay. With 17 investigation, you see that most of the crates are nailed shut. They have their contents kind of like written on them, but they are like firmly nailed shut. However, you find a small box of ammunition. 15 rounds is open, presumably for use by the crew.
Perfect.
So you can go ahead and mark those.
I'll nab that, and then I'll just kind of get ready to leave. I'll get next to the door and just turn and say, grab what you can and let's get out of here.
Okay.
Is there any gold laying around?
Nah, not in the armory. No.
Hey, do
Damn.
you think if I nat 20 investigation check, I could find 10,000 gold?
You can find a copper.
One copper.
On a
I'll roll.
Yeah, roll for it. Go for it.
Go for it, man.
Just I have a flat mod to this, so it's a +0. That's a 10. Can I find half? Can I find half a copper?
You trip.
Oh shit! Sorry, I thought I saw a glint. I think it was just a nail.
I mean, we're in an armory.
Come on.
Right? Yeah.
Lads,
So-
we'd best be getting out of here. Or we get, caught and put in jail again. So, let's be going.
I think I can take care of the distraction. I can make quite a bit of noise that might be useful for keeping eyes off of you. Why don't we try seeing how we can sneak out and you find the lifeboats, and then Once it is ready, I will come and join you. Does that sound good?
Okay.
We're just gonna leave him behind then.
I
Listen,
will,
he's free to do what he wants to do.
I will try to run fast. Going back, how are the conditions of the deck looking?
So,
Is it
up
pretty
on
chaotic?
deck, it is bustling. The storm has basically it's just starting to rain on deck. The storm hasn't fully blown in yet, but all hands are on deck. Everybody is just up there doing busy work. Hardly anybody is below deck except for ancillary crew like the cook, the medical practitioner, etc.
Okay. So as we go towards that, first off, has the guard that we distracted come back?
He has not yet.
Hmm. I think what I want to do, I'm just gonna try and doesn't have any good sneakies, but that's fine. I'm just gonna try to. I think we should all try and sneak, but to our respective spots. Try and sneak to the wheel.
You're gonna try and sneak to the wheel of the ship.
How big is this place? I don't know.
So you guys are below deck. You're in a series of like corridors which lead to different rooms and things right now. But up on deck, it is wide open. Everyone can see.
Well, you said there's a big old storm distracting everyone. Yes.
That's true, but it's going to have to be one hell of a stealth check. There's a lot of people up there, like more than 100.
I would also assume, like,
That's
the
good.
captain's probably at the wheel right now.
That would be a safe assumption, yeah.
This is it's a galleon, so that's gonna be what, like a 40-foot long vessel?
Yeah, it's a galleon carrying more than its usual crew capacity, and it is a pretty large vessel. Let me get the exact length real quick. A galleon is exactly 40 feet long, yeah.
Damn, he's good.
Damn, he's good. I mean, all right.
That boat knowledge.
If we need a distraction, isn't the storm already a distraction?
I'm gonna say, unless you want to be rolling a really high stealth check, you're gonna need storm. While you are trying to figure out what to do for the distraction, the rest of you, where are you heading?
We're heading to the nearest rowboat, whatever the safest path to the nearest rowboat is going to be. Preferably one that's like hanging next to the side.
Again, wouldn't that be on top of the deck and all that?
That is also on top of the deck. There's one main stairway which
Yeah.
goes to the upper deck, and as you are heading over that way, you hear footsteps coming down the stairs. What do you do?
Or anything to duck behind?
There's some
Yeah.
barrels and crates.
I
quickly.
try and hide in a barrel if I can.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
What? Just it? What?
So this
whoa,
was
it-
kind of like just a give me. Like you could have just hid, but
Just gonna-
What? I'm hiding.
I'll hide behind the barrel he's
give
in.
me an athletics check because it's silly.
Specify
Can I do acrobatics instead to dive
Go for
into it?
Yeah.
Acrobatics? Slick. I'm better at those. That's going to be a 22.
With a 22, you look at a barrel and you're about to dive into it, and then you look over the rim and you see it has coffee in it. Dive into the one beside it.
One at the coffee barrel.
You're able to hide just in time as Connor, Valandros. Is that how you say that? I'm sorry.
Valid.
No, you're
Valandros.
Valandros. Yeah.
Valandros, you come down the stairs assisting this wounded crewmate who has a sprained ankle to the practitioner. So as you're coming down the stairs, I want everybody else to kind of just give me a general stealth check. You're hidden. yelling. But yeah.
I'll still roll stealth, just because I could have made a lot of noise diving into the barrel.
Of course. That's a 16 for me.
After my over 20s, I now got a 5.
Yeah.
Gellin got a 16.
So everybody
Uh,
is hid except.
I apologize. Actually, I need to roll with disadvantage because I have
Heavy
heavy
armor?
armor on.
Oh, there you
That's 16. Yeah, 16 was lower.
go. Okay. Everybody is hid except Rune. Rune,
Oh.
what you see as you're coming down the stairs, Valandros, is basically just the darkness of the underdeck, and then you hear a clang and a clamor, and coffee beans spill out in front of you as Rune
My
you
beans!
trip over and push the barrel right in front of Valandros and his assisted crewmate as they're coming down the stairs, and you're laying on the ground.
Guess I spilled the beans or something. I don't know. Could you help me clean this up?
Do the beans cause a slipping effect that affects the crewmate at all?
You
John
guys are not on
Can
the
I-
last step yet, but that would be funny.
Can I roll for bean damage?
No, I just listen. If anything happens to this John Smith fella, I'm dying. Okay, so I just want to
That's true.
get that across. Okay. Why'd you knock the beans over?
It was on accident. I didn't mean to, but I got, 2 left feet and whatever.
Wait a minute. I know you. You're a prisoner. How'd you
No.
get out?
No, I'm not.
Wait, hold up. How?
I'm not.
Are you with them? Valandros, are you with them? Are you with the prisoners?
Can I jump out of my barrel and punch this prisoner in the punch that guy in the face to shut him up?
Yeah,
Absolutely. Give me an attack roll.
I'm trying to do can I do a hilt strike with my rapier? I don't want to
Sure.
kill him for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to.
Mhm.
How's a 17 do you?
This guy goes down like a sack of beans. He crumples into the pile of coffee, and you now have a problem.
Kamos blocks the walkway, or the stairway.
So-
Lies behind it.
I'm.
Hmm?
You're not gonna help me clean up the beans now, are you?
I'm. Who are you guys?
I pull my gun on him. It's like, all right, listen. I don't mean you any harm, but he was being too loud, and I needed to be quiet. Stay out of our way, and I won't shoot you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Do you guys happen to know where the medical bay is? I was kind of trusting him.
I look
Do
to
you not know
Henry.
your own ship?
Yeah, why don't you know?
Oh, you guys are prisoners, right? Yeah. No, I'm not a part of the crew.
You're not.
You're not?
What
No.
does that matter?
I kind of snuck aboard. I'm just trying to get to, the.
So you're a stowaway.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Just saying is you're complicit, like us. So, you're gonna hide the body. That he's still alive, but
We can shove him in the bean barrel and then just cover him with beans.
everybody's
It'll be fine.
distracted right now. All we need to do is get to a vessel we can get off the ship with and just head to islands on our own. Otherwise, we're gonna be killed.
Oh, okay. I like that idea. I'm for it.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. So, what I was thinking is, I make. And real quick, I look at everyone. Can everyone be cool about spicy magic effects? Hmm?
I
think you're with the rest of us.
I literally bit off a lock.
Don't freak out. Well, yes. I mean, you're cool.
I
Obviously.
thought you could
Hey.
just do
You can party.
that.
No, that was just for funsies.
Oh wow.
Strong teeth.
All right. So
Like
I
a
was
rat.
thinking, I would. I think I can make it look and sound like the main mast is starting a fire.
No, we can't burn the ship.
Yeah,
It's
burning the
I
ship,
didn't
not
say
a.
I didn't say actually do it. I said I would make it look like it. I will make a big sound and then shout, "Oh no, it's lightning, it's on fire!" And then, kablamo, minor illusion, fire starts to creep up the main mast. Everyone will be distracted. We can run away.
I
Uh,
don't
That's not a bad
know.
idea, but like, isn't like there's got to be some crewmates who would like take the boats first, no?
Or they would try to put out the fire and then realize, hey, I'm splashing water on this, ain't nothing happening.
Yeah, but big
Well, he
fires
could-
can be hard to deal
Yeah,
with.
but you can feel the heat. Can you
Which is why as soon as I get water on it, he just cancels the illusion. It's perfect.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's enough time for us to get into the rowboat and hide for a second.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. I'm going to put on the unconscious man's clothes.
Okay.
Stop asking people to strip and stripping people.
This is no asking.
This is the
It's strategy.
this is the real reason why Kamos got betrayed.
Everyone's like, "Wow, you're a little weird, huh?"
So, as you put on this poor man's clothes, there's a sprained leg, bump on his head, and just
Covered in
generally screwed up.
beans.
Covered in beans. The storm is raging outside now. You hear the rain just battering the deck. You hear lightning, or you hear thunder rather, and you just see flashes of lightning from up the stairs. Barely over the sound of the storm, you hear the crew yelling as they try to mat it. And almost you have this man's clothes on now.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I mean, all right. So, guys, I figure we all need to sneak out of here. I will try to help with rigging and manning the ship. And when I see if anyone happens to see you, I will set off the distraction trap. And then hopefully that will provide enough time for everyone to, for you guys to get the lifeboat down. And then I will come and join you. Yes?
One other thing that we might want to talk about is there's like a storm up above, and just being on like a little, raft pretty much. It's gonna be kind of tough. Do you guys know what you're doing out there?
We'll be fine. I can breathe underwater.
I can too,
Okay.
but
Okay.
I have an idea for that. We actually, most of these lifeboats are going to be kept with a cloth over them to try and keep any of the supplies on it from getting tossed overboard. So we could jump into the lifeboat, keep the cloth over, and just hide in there. Then when we get to dock, we make another distraction and get out through the lifeboat that way. We can
Oh.
escape after the storms happened as long as we hide on the lifeboat.
Wouldn't they check, though? They'd go to check on the prisoners, or out there. and
Yeah,
they'd
but that's the
search.
thing is they'll check the prisoners. They'll check for the prisoners, but that's only after the storm is done. They don't have time to check for the prisoners during a storm.
Well, yeah. But we don't know if the storm's going to end soon when we're to be at port.
Yeah, I mean that's fine.
Fair enough.
Once the storm is done, we jump overboard or jump with a lifeboat or whatever we need, and then we get out of here.
Yeah, fair
What
enough. Let's go.
What about the guy that was assigned to watch us? Will he
I
not be
mean-
back soon?
I don't think he's gonna have enough time to start looking for prisoners. Like the storm's their biggest priority right now, right?
Yeah.
We'll be alright if we just make it to the ship. That's all we need to do is just make it. Ship. I can sail a little bit. I can get to the islands. I know the way. I can navigate by the stars at least. All we need to do is get onto the ship. As long as your friend can make enough of a distraction, we'll be fine.
I'll look to Kamos and just kind of slap you on the shoulder and be like, "You got this."
Of course. Alright. Then perhaps I should not wait for you and just do the distraction to begin with. Hmm?
Maybe.
Okay.
Either way,
I
we
think-
should set out.
All right. Yeah. So, how chaotic does it look? What do you need us to do to make it to our proposed positions?
So, up on deck, it is very chaotic. I assume you are kind of walking up on deck just in these the crewmates' clothes, which is generally what everybody's wearing. Is these kind of like tattered,
Yeah.
like shirts and pants and things. You don't stand out at first. You see all of this chaos happening around you, and up on the wheel of the ship, you see the famous captain, Zentham Rawls. He has lashed himself to the wheel, so he doesn't slide off of it, and he is weathering the storm better than anyone. Still has his eyes just pinned to the horizon while all this chaos is going on around him. All of the crewmates seem to be relatively distracted, including the first mate. So it looks like all you have to do is basically just avoid notice, make it across the deck, which is about 20 feet, where the to where the lifeboats are anchored, and get in one. But the distraction will be necessary.
Okay. Cool. Then Galleon. Is that going to be 3 masts or?
Galleon, let's say 3.
Okay. Where Kamos is gonna try move across the deck, kind of looking through the to the busiest areas, more like looking like he is there to help, and then like, oh wait, I'm off to this thing to get to that middle mast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a performance check to blend into the crew.
Cool. Do I get to do that at advantage, just in case? Let's... Which dice do we trust? Oh, that is a 15.
With a 15, you start walking across the deck, just hurriedly towards this middle mast. The storm is just blowing around you. People bump into you. The deck is slippery. You need to keep solid footing to maintain your balance. And as you're about to make it to the middle mast, a hand grabs your shoulder, and you turn around to see first mate
Oh.
Prentice looking in your eyes, and he says, "Hey, what are you doing? I didn't give you an order, did I? I recognize you. What's your name?"
My name is Mateo Jotava. I'm one of the new recruits. Do you not remember?
The thing is, I think I would remember a fancy class name like that. I wouldn't
Is that a higher class name in this world? Can I do a persuasion check on the DM to convince you that's not?
I like it.
It's his own personal feelings. He hears another Mateo name and he's like, oh yeah, this boy's fancy.
He looks at you skeptically, and you can feel the grip on your shoulder tightening. Below deck, just looking up the stairs, you see Kamos get stopped by Prentice. What do you do?
Shit, this is bad, mates.
I don't know, feels like a distraction.
Are we just gonna
I don't
leave
know
him
if that's-
behind?
That's not quite big enough of a distraction.
I mean, I don't know him well enough to care. You know what I mean? Like, what if? Like, do you guys know him?
No.
Not really. But I feel a bit bad.
He did get us out of jail.
Honor among
Help us,
thieves and all
anyway.
that.
Okay.
While this is happening, okay, so excuse me. Let me not stop. What are you guys gonna do?
Oh, excuse me. I think Galen is going to run up onto the deck, shout, "Look at me!" and then cast Fog Cloud right underneath himself.
Okay.
What does Fog Cloud do?
Fog Cloud. So first off, it's a racial spell, so I can cast it once per day without a spell slot. Fog Cloud. I want to say "Look at me" and then get everyone's attention first, and then cast the Fog Cloud. But it's a 20-foot radius sphere of fog pointed on a within range. The sphere spreads around the corners, and its area is heavily obscured.
Okay. You run up on deck. How do you say this? How do you get people's attention?
I just point directly at First Mate Prentice. I assume we've interacted at some point because I'm a prisoner on the ship that he's the first mate at. And I'm just gonna point at him and go, "All of you assholes, look at me!" And I just kind of jump up and hold my hand up in the air and start waving and shouting.
Prentice whips around, letting go of your shoulder, Kamos, and he draws his sword. And he calls around to some crewmates that are standing by. It looks like the prisoners have escaped. All right. Don't mind the sails for a minute. We have some thieves and wizards to kill. And he rushes towards you as you cast this fog cloud.
I cast Fog Cloud at centered right at my feet, so 20-foot radius around me.
As he does this, Kamos, what are you doing?
So as he lets go and turns around, I'm going to cast Thunderous Distortion. We'll see if I can bullshit that, but we'll see. It is, there we go. A cantrip of 10-foot cones. I'm going to actually aim this at the first mate's back. You produce a distorted wave of noise about 10-foot cone that can be heard up to 100 feet away. Each creature in the area must succeed a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 thunder damage. An echo persists of this until the next turn. If cast again, it becomes a d8.
Okay. I will make a roll for him and one for 3 crew members that are standing nearby.
Okay.
So what does he need to beat?
14 Constitution.
Okay, the crew members rolled a nat 1. He rolled a 5. So they both take the full damage.
All right, we rolled a 2. Now, at that same time, once that's done, I want to quickly cast Minor Illusion and produce a 5-foot flame on what looks like a 5-foot flame on the kind of the upper part of the mast.
Okay.
And then shout out, "Fire! Fire, Oak! We've been struck by lightning!"
So here's the series of events. Let me recap a little bit. You run
I
up
don't
on
think we
deck
need to. That's fine.
Fucking crazy!
towards the middle mast, meaning to light it on fire. Captain Prentice grabs you and starts to question you. Behind you, Gellin, you run up on deck and just shout. You are recognized immediately as a prisoner because of your prisoner clothes. And,
Wow.
well, that and that you yelled basically that. And you cast magic,
sorry, Johnny. I
something
shouldn't have
very
let you
rare
do
in this
that.
world. As Prentice turns towards you, Kamos, you cast a damaging spell on everybody, which, what was the flavor of that again?
It's a thunder damage. So I'm trying to play it off as like a lightning bolt.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, from everybody's point of view, the mast lights on fire. People take this damage from this extremely loud noise that happens behind them, and Prentice whips around to see the mast on fire, and he sees this fog cloud in front of him. And I'm gonna make a luck roll, not a actual luck check, just a roll to see if he's going to go for the mast or go for you. and he
For me.
turns around and calls to the nearby mates. All right, don't mind the prisoners for now. There's nowhere they can go. Just put out that fire before it burns down the whole damn ship. And he puts his sword away and starts ordering people around to get buckets and start climbing the rigging. A few mates start running up the mast to just splash it out. And the rain is quickly also sort of beating down on it, on this illusion. What are you doing in this brief time that you have?
I'm booking it to the rowboat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like the best plan.
Yeah.
Same here.
Okay.
Damn it.
I
was.
Oh, go for it.
Nothing. I'm just. Johnny, I'm so sorry. I should have just not. Should have just done this from the beginning. Anyways.
As you
Let's
start
go.
booking it to the rowboat, you hear a call out from on deck. Lock sails! And as you look up onto your left, on the horizon line, you see massive black sails of a ship. And it is drawing closer at a very rapid pace. You sprint across the deck, definitely getting some looks from crewmates as you do, but as soon as this man yells this out, everybody's eyes are on the horizon. You basically have a few moments to do whatever you want before people focus back on you.
We gotta go.
You can't
Yeah.
say it. This is a copyright stream. We're gonna get TOS.
It is the
The Onyx Orb.
the Onyx Orb.
And while Rune and I have that discussion, we're gonna jump into the rowboat.
Fucking.
Do we know that black sails mean pirates or something?
You could
Yeah,
imagine
I think
that
that's pretty straightforward.
the Corgent's ships do not have black sails, so this is something else. If not pirates, just another faction.
All right.
Fair.
Okay, you hop into the rowboat, and this is the thing about rowboats, or rather like dinghies tied to the side of ships. They have these pulley systems which have to be unbound, cranked down as they are slowly lowered into the water. The whole process actually does take about like 3 minutes to do. If you're going very fast, you can expedite that process, but I'm going to need whatever check you think would be pertinent, and I want you to describe how you are basically lowering this rowboat into.
Cutting the ropes.
Yeah.
Boys, I want to
Just
I want to
cutting as
stop
well.
that from happening. Is everyone
You
in the
gotta stop
rowboat?
2 people.
Is everyone in the
Yes,
rowboat?
I am in.
Is Kamos
How
there?
high? How high up is it?
You guys are about, I'm going to say 35 feet off the water.
If we cut the ropes, this rowboat is sinking the moment it touches the water, and you're all gonna drown.
Yeah, that does sound. Let's.
I would really like to use my experience as a pirate, and more specifically, my proficiency with water vehicles, to try and lower this boat faster and riskier, but not as fast and as risky as straight cutting the rope.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
is there a way I can, like, mess up the pulley to, like, rapidly descend it, or something like that?
Can I give him a help action since I also have proficiency in water vehicles?
Yeah, the pulley is basically, there's this like tick system of this lever which you have to like push up on. It lowers it very slowly. If you rip that whole pulley system off the ground somehow, you are able to basically control the rate of its descent.
I want to do that.
Okay, go ahead and just give me a strength check or something
Can
like that to
I-
pry it off.
Help him with that.
Absolutely, yeah.
The Kamos, being from his background, has some familiarity with ships and such.
Okay, so just a athletics check?
Yes.
I'm so glad you guys have some shit backgrounds.
We thought it would be pertinent in the ship campaign.
Oh, absolutely smart. No, absolutely.
That's a 15. Oh wait, I have the help action. Sorry, I forgot. Okay, it's a 15.
Okay. as you are able to pry this from the ground, you're able to lower this at an expedited rate, but I want you to all give me a group. Let's see, what would this be? You can either do strength or athletics if you would like to basically hold on to this as the rope is quickly like running out of it. You're basically holding the entire weight of the rowboat as it is lowered into the water.
Check that.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay.
Nice. That's a 7 for me.
Oh,
That's an 8 from Gellin.
That's a 6 from Henry.
that's a dirty 20
Actually, a
from
5. He has a negative
Valendros.
1. What'd you
Can I
say?
just use my...
Dirty 20 from Valendros.
Okay. As you are lowering this into the water, that was 2 successes, but unfortunately that was 3 failures. You are lowering this in, and it starts going faster and faster, and you try to grab the rope, but it burns your hands, and
I
you
can't
all kind
hold
of
it.
scramble as you start slipping on the wet deck, and you let go as the rowboat falls quickly into the water and breaks on the waves. There are other ones, but you just messed up your chance at getting this particular rowboat.
Were we not in the rowboat?
Were you guys like actually in it? I don't think
That's
it's possible to lower it while you were in it. I'm gonna say
Well,
that.
my plan was I was gonna lower it and then just jump overboard because I can swim.
Okay. Was anybody actually in the rowboat?
Yeah, I think everyone but
Yeah.
him.
Okay, I will
Yeah,
say you need at least
unfortunately, yeah.
2 people on the outside.
Okay. Well, then I would have been
Since I
out
s-
because I can also breathe underwater.
So who was in the rowboat then? Was it Kamas and
Well, okay, I wasn't sure about the mechanics of actually helping, like, because I said I wanted to help him.
yeah.
To be
get this
fair,
down.
you said that, but Rune had already offered the
Yeah.
help action before you.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Okay. Valendros
Sure.
and Kamos, you are just quickly lowered into the water, and lowered's not the right word. You fall into the waves as the ship breaks, and I am going to need you guys to make a dexterity saving throw.
mhm.
I don't know what that is.
I think we
Okay.
fucked up.
Another rowboat.
yeah,
So-
they'll be fine.
That's a 21.
18 plus 5, 23.
Hey,
You guys both succeed. You only take 2 damage from the fall, as you are basically like banged against the waves, and all this like the splinters from the boat breaking just splashing up at you. But you are now swimming in the water alongside a boat which is quickly outpacing you. If you don't act fast, you're going to be left behind to drown. What do you do?
First, how dare you say it was only 2 damage because I only have 7 life. Second, was Henry on the boat with us?
Henry was, I'm going to say, not on the boat,
Okay.
because I don't think it was possible to lower it with 3 people.
Okay.
Why would we have gone on the boat if Henry were not on the boat?
yeah, Henry was very much on the boat.
Okay.
Mm.
You know what? That's fair. I'll say he was on the boat. Let me make a check for him. He succeeds, but he is also in the water, drowning. So, what do you guys do?
Help him out. Can I use? Here's a thing. All right. So, if I hold on to 3 bodies worth of mass, but we're in the water, for the purposes of being pulled, does that count as more than 10 pounds? I would like to use Mage Hand to grab on to. I would like to grab these 2 boys onto, well, actually onto like some splintered wood, and then Mage Hand onto the boat to kind of surf along with it.
Definitely more than 10 pounds, but you can help one of them out. Like, you can grab onto the boat and pull one of them along. The other one's going to have to grab on themselves somehow.
How survivable does it look between the 2 of you, Henry and Valendros?
Do you want me to? Because my plan was to just like try and grab onto a couple pieces of wood. Should I do that first and You decide off of that.
Yeah, go for it. I will just let you do that. You're already beside like the wreckage of the rowboat. So what would you like to do as this ship you were on is like passing you very quickly?
Exactly that. Just try and grab onto wood and try and survive. Not really worried about the boat right now, as much as that sucks.
Okay.
It does. What is Henry doing?
Henry is, I guess, being dragged along by you. He's not a very good swimmer, but he is trying his best to just stay afloat.
Mm-hmm.
Up on deck, you see your comrades, your newfound comrades, fall into the water. The rowboat smash against the waves, and they are all being left behind. What do you do? Gellin and Rune.
Rune? I think we messed up.
Yeah, a bit.
Do we think, like, we don't have enough time to safely lower another rowboat without being detected, do we?
No, not quite. But you do have time to, if you want, find some way to retrieve them onto the boat or dive off yourselves.
Is there, like, something... Is there, like, something that's very floatable nearby, like within grabbing distance?
Make me a just perception check to see.
Can I instead give the help action to Rune and say, find something floatable?
I'll find something floatable. Alright, perception with advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, so 15 plus 6.
Okay, that'll do it. You find a barrel nearby, and when you kind of lean it over, it seems to be hollow, or empty rather. The top is nailed down.
Okay.
So-
Let's go get him.
Let's go get him.
I grab one end of the barrel, I point to the other end,
I pick it up.
and I toss the barrel overboard and jump in after it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You jump. Give me a dexterity saving throw as you hit the
Could there
water.
maybe be some rope nearby that you tie it to?
Nope.
We gotta save our friends, man.
It's
Are we
done. They
friends?
already jumped.
That was a nat 20 on my dex save.
Okay. And you, John?
And that was a 23 for Gellin.
Great roll.
You both take 1 point of damage as you hit the water and just kind of like smack your chins into the barrel, which immediately floats up. And the ship starts passing you. In the distance, you see the black sails are almost upon the ship now. As it draws closer, you see that this ship is huge. It's extremely large compared to the galleon you were on, almost 5 or 6 times its size. It pulls up as you watch the ship float away beside it, and you hear the sounds of cannon fire as it just tears the upper deck of the galleon apart. And then, over the sounds of the storm, and in the distance, you don't see anything else besides the ships beside each other. It seems almost like they're tethered together, and they start growing smaller on the horizon. You all give me a group survival check to not drown.
Perfect. Can I just intercept really quick? Can we have paddled over? Oh, we both have... Do you have a swim speed?
I got a 30-foot swim speed.
Yeah, we both have 30-foot swim speed. I think we both can breathe water.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just try and paddle over with our barrel to try and get this floatable thing next to our friends?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. I just want to do that, and I would like to, if possible, heal them up a little bit.
We only took 2 damage.
Yeah, but it's, some of you have no health.
Listen, I'm hurt.
Some of you are squishy.
I would like to put
all of us
2
are
points.
squishy.
How much damage did Henry take?
2.
Okay. I would like to put 2 points of lay on hands into Valandrus, and 2 points into Henry, and then 1 point into Kamos.
All right, perfect.
That's all 5 of my lay on hands. I'm a level 1 paladin, folks. That's all I'll be doing for the night. See you later.
And that's a series wrap on Gellin.
That's a series wrap on Gellin. I'm drafting my new character, a level 20 rogue.
Oh, no.
Kamos is cursed for continual death and rebirth in various different worlds.
All right, I will need that survival check.
Okay. Since the two water breathers don't give a damn about the water, can they just like help us and not have to worry about it?
Well, actually, here's the thing about the dead zone. It takes place. The dead zone is basically centered over this coral reef, which protects the islands of the Scattered Lands from the storms outside, but is also potentially very deadly for ships traveling through. So, even if you can breathe water, this is still a very dangerous situation for you. Dashed up against the reef.
Yeah,
Well,
and the
good.
water's very choppy, so I wouldn't expect that we have,
I'm so glad I've got no wisdom.
That's a dirty 20 for my survival.
Okay.
That's an 11.
Oh no.
Oh,
So I rolled with my real dice and it was a 17, but I think I'm gonna start using Dice Maiden just because it's like,
Go for it.
Public.
yeah.
Gellin rolled a 13.
Okay. So we got an 11, a 13, a dirty 20,
And a 5.
and a 5. Actually, you see Henry just kind of gets his sea legs under him and he starts paddling. And as you start to go under, who was it that rolled a 5? Was it Valandros?
Yes.
He holds a hand out for you, holding onto the barrel, and he grabs your hand as you start to be pulled under the waves.
What a guy.
But with that low of a survival check from all of you, as a group anyway, I am going to basically just do some damage as you get dashed up against these reefs and things under the waves.
Understood.
Okay. You all take a joint 8 damage.
What do you mean by joint?
By joint, I mean you all take 8 damage.
Okay. Cool.
Oh.
Kamos is. I
But-
think everyone's dead now.
Not
Nope.
all at
Nope.
once. Not quite all at once. You take
Oh.
6 damage first, and if you have a reaction to that, you can do it, and then you're going to take the next 2 damage.
I already put all of my healing into people. I've made a terrible mistake.
I can
Oh,
cast
God.
Cure Wounds.
Okay, okay.
I can also heal for 1.
I am at. I would hit exactly 0.
I touch
after
you.
The next 2.
Uh,
Oh dear.
Gellin's up, so I can carry someone, and we have potentially some cure wounds coming up.
Hold on. Sorry.
Yeah, just while you're sorting that out, I will touch Camus and heal them for 1.
Yay.
Out of curiosity, what ability lets you do that?
The Asimar. You can
Oh,
heal a
right,
creature
right.
your level hit points with a touch as an action.
So who else is not doing good?
Valendras will be dead.
Henry
Okay.
is barely hanging on, but he is still up.
Okay, so for then.
And he'll still be up after the 2 more damage. Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
What a tank.
What a strong old man. We're gonna find out he's actually some sort of godly warrior in exile.
Let's roll. So Valendras gets. Sorry, Valendras gets. Sorry, I'm trying to do math in my head.
And on air. Oh no.
12?
12
Yeah, 8 plus your
Hot.
casting mod.
Damn.
plus, yeah.
So you're back up to max. Valentras.
Take 2 more afterwards, I guess.
Oh,
Or do you
did
do
you
it
wanna wait
after I
until
get
they
a
drop?
0? Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna do it after you drop to 0.
sounds good to me.
Okay. You take the next 2 damage and drop to 0, but are quickly brought back up by the cure wounds. So, as you hang on for dear life, your legs are scraped up against sharp coral. You're bumped into some sharp rocks jutting out of the water. You are brought under the water for lengthy periods of time, only to emerge gasping. And after a while, start to float past bits of ship. The small pieces of wood at first, and then large pieces of hull floating. See men in the water face down, and the water here is tinged slightly red and black from gunpowder, coffee beans, and blood. And
Use my
Yes.
shape water cantrip to just change the water back to like a nice blue.
that's what you do with that. That's what you do with shape water in this situation.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
It's a cantrip, so you don't have like, it's not like all powerful shape water.
Yeah, but it can change water's color or opacity, so I just change it back to blue.
Fair
I
enough.
don't like this red.
As
Lasts
you
for an hour.
Hey, you know what? Why don't you just make us a motorboat with that, huh?
It's a whole cantrip. I don't think it can do that.
It has no force or
Instantaneously
damage.
Move or change the flow of water as you direct up to 5 feet in any direction. This doesn't have enough force to cause damage.
Do
And-
that.
and
Eh?
No.
I don't think this can affect a tropical storm. So, you are floating past this wreckage, these corpses, and you finally come across the burning, sinking remains of the ship you were just aboard. The Storm Runner is completely defeated and on fire. It burns a dark purple color, which you think is very odd. Nothing on the ship that you knew of could make it burn that color. And as you are fixated on the ship, if you want, I'll let you try and get hold of a piece of better, wood or flotation device to hang on to if you'd like.
I'm always down to try and grab some better wood.
Nice.
Hey.
I mean, I feel like the barrel's doing pretty good, but it might not fit everyone, so grabbing some extras would probably be worth it.
Yeah.
Okay. You
Yeah.
can make me just kind of, let's see.
Mage
what would
hand
that
these
be?
things towards us?
Yeah,
huh?
go for it. I'll just let you do that.
Mage hand, pull.
You are able to get a few other empty or close to empty barrels and just pull them towards you with Mage Hand. You each have one barrel per person, or at least 1 to 2 people. And
Yeah,
as
I want.
oh yeah, go
Conroe's
for it.
coughing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
you go.
just. I want a piece of wood about the size of Rose's door that she was floating on, but I don't want anyone to be with me.
Huh.
Goodbye.
That's how we do it.
You just push off Henry. You're like, no.
Okay.
No.
We'll see what we can do.
You can give me a perception check to look for something like that.
Oh, nice.
Can I special order some driftwood?
Yeah, you can just phone Amazon real quick.
Alright, sick.
Are you typing?
Oh, did you hear my typing?
Oh, I thought that was Johnny.
Joni!
Joni.
Owning Amazon.
Dirty 20 to find
Okay.
Rose's door.
You are able to find the door of the armory that you broke into. This solid oak door, floating, and you are able to get onto that and just kind of have
This little acid burns on it.
this personal flotation device.
Heck yeah.
As you're all scrounging for materials to better weather the storm, you aren't looking at the thing that almost blends into the blackness of clouds and waves itself. The ship, the massive dreadnought, which hasn't totally left the area, now begins to draw back into there. At first, it's just a few black sails on the horizon, and it gets bigger and bigger. And it doesn't look like it's coming directly towards you. It more looks like it's searching for something. And I want you all to give me some stealth checks if you want to. Action.
Personally, I love being detected by dreadnoughts. That sounds great. I'm a big fan.
That's a 16 for
Okay.
Rune.
16 will do it.
Uh,
Uh,
13
That's a-
from Gellin.
that's a natural 1.
Oh, you're
that's
like
not
waving your hands in the air.
Help me, help
absolutely.
me.
10 from Valandros.
Okay. And Henry did not pass. So, you said 10 for Valentros?
Yes.
Okay. Valentros. Who rolled the 16? Was that Rune?
Yippers.
Okay. Everybody except Rune fails.
Wow.
Here's what happens. As the ship
All right.
draws closer, you see it shapes on board, just peering over the edges, looking for some thing or someone which it didn't find in its initial assault. And you are spotted, all 4 of you, including Henry at least. And you hear a noise that doesn't sound like common, it doesn't sound like any language you've heard. It's more like a guttural animal noise from up on deck. And you see a massive black shape, much larger than the humanoid shapes you saw before. It looks like a beast up on deck, and it peers down at you in the water. The ship is very close to you now, about 50 feet out from your little survival party. And something on this beast's head begins to glow, and you feel a sharp pain on all 4 of your foreheads. And then the glowing ends, and the beast aboard the ship retreats, and the large dreadnought draws back into the storm. I'm not going to make you guys do any more survival checks, but you are able to make it past the reefs, past the storm clouds, and 1 full day later of hanging on, you make it to the shores of your new home. The shores of, and I'm pulling it up, and give me a second.
And he was ready. And
Here
he
it
was
is.
ready.
And the shores of Port Kailano, and there it is.
And he was ready.
And I
And
was
he
ready.
was ready.
So, you all wash up on the beach on the northeastern side of the island. And you are greeted by salty, bright, white sand shores and a clear sky. You have been without food or water, just barely hanging on to small pieces of wreckage for a full day.
I'm not one to try and screw everyone over, but can I take a level of exhaustion from that? Because that seems like it would take a level of exhaustion.
In fact, all of you
I
can.
like that. Yeah, I do like that. I hate you for it, but I do like
I
that.
hate you.
I
What is
understand.
what does it 1 level of exhaustion do?
Disadvantage on
disadvantage.
all ability checks.
I hate you.
So,
I don't even know where to put that.
I
Yeah,
guess
I'm just gonna put it in
under
my experience point. No, my alignment maybe. Yeah, that sounds good.
My alignment is exhausted.
put it under features and traits, and then just erase it later.
Let's put it under notes.
You're our note.
Listen.
as you all pull up on shore, you're exhausted, and you crawl up onto the beach. As you look at each other, most of you anyway, you see a strange black mark on your foreheads. Everyone, except for Rune, rather. Rune, you were the one who rolled the dirty 20, or 16 or
It's
something.
16.
Everyone except for Rune has this strange black mark on their forehead. What do you do first on this new island?
Lick my thumb and try to wipe it off one of their heads.
Oh, stop. What are you doing? Gross.
You got a little smudge.
I've been in the ocean. I'm probably covered in like
No, like a black dot on your forehead.
upon saying that, would I know anything about a black dot?
Give me a history check.
Can I do that better because I'm a pirate?
No.
Okay.
Not because you are not a pirate from the Shattered Islands.
Oh, okay, sure. Well, now I know it's from the Shattered Islands, and I also know I rolled a natural 19.
Okay.
After my modifier, that's a 19.
You have heard tales of a ghost ship that roams the waters of the Shattered Isles. And it kills most, and it marks some. And those it marks are cursed. And that's the extent of your knowledge.
Oh no! And I just turn to everyone. I'm like, we've we've been cursed. We've been cursed by the ghost ship of the Shattered Isles. Ah, I don't know what it does or what it means, but this is bad.
So all of you are cursed. Do I have it?
I don't think you have it.
Oh,
See a
you're
mark on
good.
your forehead.
Uh-huh. So all of you are cursed but me. And I start taking like slow steps backwards. Uh-huh.
Let them go. It's probably a good idea. I've seen this before. I was once a
well,
prisoner on these islands.
What happened?
It's a man I knew. A hard worker, and a brawny man, a strong man. They brought him in from, because he was a pirate, they brought him into the work camps. He had a black mark like this on his forehead. I thought it was a birth defect or something. But he seemed odd. After a few days, we woke up in the middle of the night. We heard screaming in the camp. And we realized he was not in the bunks. We saw him outside. Killed 5, maybe 6 guards before they brought him down with his bare hands. He was shot only 20 times. Wasn't it himself? Some kind of beast.
Oh,
Monster.
we have fantasy bath salt marks.
It's not
Hated that.
Get
not-
over it.
it's not something you can just get over. I think we need to heal this somehow.
Perhaps there was a healer away. Well, I.
We could try burning them off.
Oh, that could
I'm-
work.
That could work.
I imagine magic.
I'm okay.
Magic causes have magic reversals. There must be
Magic
something
fire.
else. Do you have magic fire? You do
I
not
don't
look-
have magic
You
fire.
do not quite look the type to have magic fire.
I have magic water.
I do not
I
think
have
that will burn.
magic cloud.
That's type of water.
It's a type of
I
water.
suggest first, perhaps we try to find something to eat and collect ourselves and get you in something that is not quite so prisoner-looky for clothes, huh?
Yeah, and hopefully no one here knows what this mark is if that's what it happens, because there's no way they're gonna serve us if they do.
Perhaps we had better yeah. And Henry takes a few strips of cloth from his shirt and just rips them off and hands them to you. Better just tie them around our heads. Find some way to cure this.
One.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
pass one over to Rune.
Heck yeah. I tie it on. I want to be part of the group.
Yeah,
Take a
I
bit of charcoal,
put it
rub
on.
a black dot on my head, and then cover it with the bandana.
All right.
I just pull my hood over my head a little bit further.
So the beach that we've washed ashore on, what does it look like? Are we near civilization, or is
So
anyone?
on the beach
noises
you've
recording?
washed ashore. You see a mountain in the distance, just kind of a small mountain, almost just a large hill. You hear the very distant sounds of rigging, ships, bustle in a town, and you see the spire of a large church in the very far distance over some trees and other things.
On the physical map, I guess you don't have to tell us if we wouldn't know exactly, but are we like just underneath where the text salt sand end in is?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. Sort of like right up here.
Mm.
Gotcha. Can I start like looking around for like food, I guess? Like there are any crabs that would be on this shore that I could grab and just start biting into or something?
Sure. How would you like to do that? Are you just kind of looking around? Are you like digging in the sand? What are you doing?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't actually know how people get crabs other than like with nets in a ship.
Traps, but that's fine.
Traps, that's true.
I'll just. So there are they like fiddler crabs around on the beach?
Well, you can give me a perception check to see.
Or let's look for like I guess bigger crabs that are around. That's a 15.
With the 15, you see, let's see, you see some small. Are they called filler crabs? The very small
It
ones.
depends. So they're like pretty common ones are blue crabs that are probably about the size of your hand. Fiddler crabs are usually like smaller, probably the length of a finger. Blue
Okay,
crabs are usually underwater. Fiddler crabs are the ones that kind of usually run around and will uh, like have holes in the beach that they tunnel into.
perfect. You see a few fiddler crabs just skittering around, and then you see a dead, larger, looks like crab that washed up from the, and it's probably about the size of a dinner plate. It's a very large crab, but it
Oh
is
my.
dead.
Okay. Uh I want to like take off my shirt and like tie it so that it makes like a thing that I can hold stuff in. It's still in good enough condition for that. And then just mage hand a couple of crabs into it
Okay,
from like far away and then bring them back because there's no way they weigh 10 pounds.
perfect.
And
And
they're 11 pounds actually. Yeah. Crazy, I know.
Gellin, are you also looking for crabs?
Yeah.
Okay,
Perhaps a couple of you should try and find some wood so that we can roast these. Kamo says as he's pulling this up, and then
Yeah,
maybe
I'll look for
find
wood.
and perhaps if anyone knows berries that are good to eat in the woods, that might be another extra source of nutrients. Hmm?
Yeah, I'm a lot
Proficient
better.
in survival, so I could try
Ah,
one of them.
yes. Hello, my name is Kamos. I am Regent. I am Regent Uncongrada. I am pleased to make your acquaintance, having survived through such a harrowing experience. What are your names?
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess I didn't
Perhaps.
think introductions would be necessary, but I guess they are now, huh? We kind of went through a lot. I'm Valandros.
Mhm.
I'm Rune.
Gellin, nice to meet you.
I'm
Nice.
Henry. Nice to meet you.
Oh, right,
Acquainted.
Henry. I forgot about Henry.
Yeah, I've been here. I'm just standing around. Don't mind me. But
I'm
thank
not
you for
dead
getting
yet.
me off that ship.
Yeah. So Henry, why don't you tell us about this island, what you know, while we get some crabs? Me and Galen, it looks like, was good at crab hunting. Valendos, if you would find some wood, and Woon, it looks like you might be good at finding some berries. Does
All
that sound good?
right.
Sounds good.
Okay. I would like all of you guys to give me a, well, let's say Rune survival check to grab some berries. Gellin, your choice perception or investigation check to find some more crabs. Um, Kama or not Kama, sorry. Valandros. What were you? You're gathering wood, right?
Yeah, gathering wood. Yep.
Okay. Let's see. I guess that would also be survival. It's kind of like a gathering, hunter-gatherer kind of thing.
Something like that.
So, as you all are gathering this, we are going to do these rolls. We're going to take a short break. And after the break, we'll come back and hear Henry's story of his time on the island. So we will be back in just a couple of minutes. Don't go away. I'll play some lovely pirate tunes for you while we're gone. Be back in just a matter of minutes. And we are back. Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that. Sorry for the music. I know it was, but we got
I'm honestly missing. I'm missing the War and Peace, but hey.
So we cut back in, and I want to know the resolution of all those checks, starting with Rune.
23.
Okay. With a 23, you are able to find quite a bit of driftwood, just really, really dried out wood, which burns very easily, as much as you can carry, in fact.
Getting berries.
Yeah, I believe they're.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You are able then to find not as much berries as you can carry, because that would be ridiculous. But you find a large blackberry plant, and you are able to gather a good handful of berries. In fact, you have to basically make your shirt like a little pouch so you can carry enough.
Nice.
So moving on to who was getting the wood?
Well, it was me, but I rolled a
No.
6, so I didn't get very much wood or any.
Okay.
Dear.
You find a few twigs in the nearby foliage, like fire starter twigs, but you don't find any actual driftwood on the shore.
Perfect.
The driftwood that we came in on.
That's true. You guys do have that driftwood, but it is soaked at the moment. It's not dry.
Fair.
And no one's burning my oak door.
Very I think your oak door is going to be in a similar situation.
Cut to when we're all level 20. Motherfucker's still carrying his oak door around. He won't drop it. He's been over encumbered the whole time.
It's not my
Very
new last name.
inconvenient.
Okay.
I mean, is there like a fancy like carving pattern on it so they can keep it as a memento or something?
Yeah, just an oak door. Normal ass door. You just love it.
Just the
Little
smell.
acid bites on it.
Yeah, that's the memento right there.
So Gellin, how'd you do?
I rolled a 14 to look for some crabbos.
Okay. And what would you all have liked Henry, besides telling the story, to be doing during this time?
I think helping either Rune or Valandros.
I think Valandros is more important. We've got there's two sources of food, specifically the crabs and the berries. And actually, we've got 3 people on food, but we only have 1 person on driftwood. So it seems like we should have another one on wood.
You are all very thirsty as well. I will
Damn.
say.
Wow.
Crazy.
Let's start drinking that
crazy.
salt water.
But it's up to you. So, okay, so he will help look for wood. I'm going to make that check for him now. He finds a few more sticks, but nothing concrete.
Damn it, Henry.
You all kind of gather back at the shore where you have this food, but no realistic way to cook it. What do you do?
I mean, blackberries is blackberries.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
those have plenty of juices. So yeah, like that can probably sustain our need for water as well. Why don't you show us where this is? Let's go have some blackberries.
All right, yeah. I lead them to where the berries were.
Shirtless, carrying a shirt full of wriggling crabs that we haven't killed yet.
There's certainly a good amount of blackberries. There's not enough to satisfy all your hunger, though. But as you are eating, Henry speaks up, and he says, "Well, I was a prisoner once on this island. I was found out for the curse put on me. Not the same kind of curse we have now, but worse one. Which, see, it's not a good thing. It's not like I have this power I can use. I don't know how it works, but branded one. Like my own wife turned me in. I was brought here to work at prison camps. I escaped after that dirty business with the man Mark, and I robbed some
As he's-
gold from the Lord Regent.
As he talks about being turned in by someone because he has magic, Kamos just reaches out and gives him an assuring pass. And Go say for those.
You doing, my friend? Magic.
Unfortunately. And like he draws his rapier, and like you can see a lightning effect cross around the rapier, and actually he sticks it into the shirt to electrocute all of the crabs
Oh,
to kill them.
alright. That's more than I can do. How about the rest of
And-
you? Are we all magic?
Can do magic.
Yeah, no, not so much me.
I would barely call what I can do magic. That's something that everyone from my tribe can do.
It certainly wasn't something that I would call natural when you
What tribe would that be?
touched me, at least.
I'm from
And
a group of Tritons back near the mainland. We kind of kept to ourselves, but everyone had this kind of innate ability to summon mist and some water and control water just a little bit. It was just, it seemed like it was very mundane. But then eventually the co-regent found out about us, and well,
How that goes, I suppose. And how about you? Let's see. What's your name?
I'm Maroon. I honestly don't remember if any of my family was like me. I don't remember much of them. And honestly, I didn't really know I had much magic until I joined a bunch of different pirate crews. And then I joined up with Gellen's crew.
Ah,
They're a bit more liberal with their magic. They're already breaking some laws. Why not some more?
so you're pirates then? Don't worry,
yeah.
I don't have a problem with it. Certainly pirates I've encountered before, good men. Comrades. It's not everything the co-agent makes it out to be. It's safe.
When you're a pirate.
Yeah. You have everything you need. The freedom of the ocean.
That makes sense. For the moment, unless particularly important details for you to share with us, perhaps what do you know about this island that might be useful for us not dying after tonight, huh?
Hell, a man, the alchemist. I don't know if he's actually an alchemist or if he does chemistry, but he's a man that, well, is able to perform miracles. That's what I've heard, at least. Able to help us at the general area to find him in.
Do you know like a landmark he'd be by? Or a city, mountain, castle, battlefield?
I've heard he keeps company at the Seahawks, Dirge, southern end of the island.
Super. I cast Guiding Hand, which is create a tiny incorporeal hand. The hand exists for up to 8 hours. And when the hand appears, I name the police. He did.
The Seahawk.
Yeah.
The Seahawks, Dirge.
Yeah.
While sorry, continue.
Yeah, someone in history must have visited the site. Otherwise, when I move towards the hand moves away at the same speed I moved, and it moves in the direction of the landmark, always remaining 5 feet ahead of me.
Perfect. It starts moving in a southwesterly direction.
While he is talking and describing this, I want to have like taken out these crabs one by one and like skewer them onto my rapier that I have, and then use Arc Blade, this cantrip that I have that does lightning damage, to electrically cook them, basically.
Okay, interesting.
Something
I
you let
feel
me
like
do?
this is a check, but instead, I'm going to let
Okay.
you cook them.
Hell yeah!
And
I don't know.
I will do a check on my end when you eat them.
Oh dear. Okay, yeah. So we make sure that everyone is at least somewhat fed, depending on like between who ate berries and who ate berries like most or less. Like, want to make sure that the rest of the crew is taken care of, and then Gamos will take what is left over to eat some as well.
Perfect. You divide it up between everybody, and whoever wants can certainly indulge.
Nom.
I'm
I start chowing down.
definitely munching on some berries as we're walking, just throwing them into my mouth.
Yeah, Balance wants to take some. Not as much though. Feeling bad he couldn't find any wood.
Henry will just take a moderate amount and start chewing on it. And nothing happens. It's not good. Certainly, it's not well cooked, but you don't get food poisoning from it.
Hell yeah.
So, where is the party heading towards? Henry starts describing some general places that he notes of on the island, and basically you can look at the map, and everywhere on there that's basically named is somewhere that he describes.
Does Henry have anyone he trusts or any allies that are on this island?
He doesn't. He was a prisoner here, and anyone he knows is either dead or still a prisoner.
Who helped him escape, though?
He escaped by himself.
Wow, what a garbage human being. Does he have any suggestions then?
He suggests the
we
alchemist.
Yeah, I mean, if we can, I don't know, maybe you can get this black dot off our heads. I don't know.
Certainly, it sounds like the type of person who might be able to help with that. You, Runes, have that magic thing that is pointing in the right direction?
It should be. Yeah.
I don't know if
I
anyone has
do have
any...
to say, when we get into town, you might want to stow magic. Just briefly, at least.
Yeah.
This is fair. Us, perhaps we get to town and we skirt around the outskirts and see if we can steal anyone's laundry, huh? You all do not look so good. And to be fair, I think these clothes are worse for wear.
Do you think? I mean, we could steal it, sure. We could also just send someone in and buy some.
Maybe
have
the one
to?
of us not dressed in prison clothes. The two
All
of
right, so
us,
here's an
anyway.
important point. Do we have our like quote unquote starting class monies?
Yes, that was retrieved when you went to the armory, and
Right. We
Valor
also
Gross
got
you
our
would-
normal clothes.
you would
Really
never have
makes no
taken them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have that taken.
So it's whatever our background would give us.
So can we
Exactly.
just change into our normal clothes then?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I put on my
Okay.
set of common clothes and my leather armor.
Alindros,
that
or
makes-
no, who was it that changed? Who stripped the man?
was me.
You didn't even need to.
That was... I wanted to look like the crew.
No, it was a good
okay.
idea. It was a good idea.
But like, real quick, retcon. Why did the first mate look back at poor old
Ellen.
Gallon and say, "Ah, prisoner"?
Because you never changed into your clothes.
Yeah, I never changed.
Shit, he's got us.
I put on my armor, but I never changed out of my prisoner's gear.
you just got like a ratty loincloth under fully iron plate.
Ooh, that's gotta chafe.
It's fine. I'm very
Look,
fine.
the loincloth protects what matters, right?
Does it?
Yeah,
Does
It
it?
protects anything.
My inner thigh.
Yeah. Perfect.
Oh man,
You all
this is the imagination that people
change
want to
into your
have.
normal clothes. You are out of prisoner clothes, and what would you like to do?
Shit.
I want to discard my prisoner clothes, and I want to holster my gun in a way that it can start drying out from being in the water for so long.
Perfect.
Good point.
Anyone else?
No, I think
Yeah, I mean, I guess if we're all like in normal clothes, do we need to go to town, or can we just head south?
Do need water.
That's fair. All right, to
And
town
I
for water.
may have look like I'm of water. I can't make it.
Can you with your ship water? Can you pull out the salt from the water? Is that a thing?
Could I pull out the salt from the water
Does it
with
say you
shape
can?
water? It says I can move water in any
No,
way
It
I
you
doesn't
want.
say
can't.
no. It
I think
doesn't
also-
say no.
I think the problem there is less about being able to drink salt water and more about all of the other bad things that are in salt water. The salt isn't
Parasites.
what kills you.
Wait a minute. Okay, so you can use shape water to like just hold a cube of water. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, do that. I stick my blade in it and electrocute it with arc blade, the cantrip, and we put just like we're on a thing. Like I put a palm frond over it to catch the steam that comes up from that.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
Hey Toby,
Okay.
can we start doing some science real quick?
Yeah, let's get on our science
Real quick,
gear.
like this is the important thing. You
Yeah.
boil water so that the steam rises up. That is how you desalinate. And you
Yeah.
don't have bullshit magic technology.
Okay,
You just
so
use bullshit actual
you
magic.
put a leaf above it. Where's the water going after the leaf?
Like we could
Like,
have it
it'll-
like the
it'll-
stem tilted down into.
So it'll drip down.
My
and then
guy.
basically-
We have barrels.
We have barrels.
You have barrels.
Put it over so the water drips into a barrel. Easy.
barrel.
Easy.
This is some ass nonsense, but I will let you do it.
Oh man.
Look, I just have to make sure that there's enough current running through it that it heats up, that like the blade it heats up, but it doesn't cause electrolysis in the water, which causes the hydrogen and oxygen atoms to split up and become no longer water. It's fine.
Listen, I'm
This is
about
something
a TPK.
that Kamos says in character.
Yeah. Just
Alright,
drops his accent completely just to
Just
bullshit
medieval
about
knowledge, yeah.
science.
Thing is- look, like an important thing when you've studied science is the professor voice, and that professor voice never has any accent, you know?
Sometimes I got British accents.
Those aren't professors; those are English teachers, and they're not real.
But they can hurt you.
England isn't real. Anyway,
It's never caused any problems ever.
The Queen doesn't exist.
you perform this just odd maneuver, and it is a very slow process, really, because you are just basically boiling water, collecting steam, dripping it into a bucket.
Yeah.
But roll me a d20, and that is how many ounces you are able to collect within like an hour.
Who is rolling the d20?
Valandros could go to town and be back before this is done.
I mean, is that within an hour? I don't see a scale on this map, and I'm frustrated.
That's a great.
So scale-wise, it's much bigger than it looks. You guys are about 2 miles away from the town.
That's only a fucking
Big
hour.
ship.
So it's
Don't worry about the ship. Yeah.
That ship's bigger than the distance between us.
it's not to scale. Don't worry about it.
To be fair, that ship is bigger than the fucking mountains, okay? Like,
It's a big ship. That's the dreadnought we were worried about.
I do think we'll have an easier time getting to town and getting water there.
I'm
I have
sorry,
to
I
agree.
really thought we were farther away and like in much more of a.
If we were, I love this, but I think we should just head to town.
All right, we'll
Yeah,
save
yeah,
this for another desperate measure.
Exactly.
Yes, this shenanigan-y bullshit is.
Goodberry, tear your fucking heart out. This is how Magic again. This is how D&D was meant to be played.
I think I also have Goodberry.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Okay. Haggard and exhausted, still very thirsty, you trek the 2 miles into town from the shore. And you make it to the outskirts, which are just some houses, some farmsteads, buildings. This city is a city. It's relatively large, a few miles across, probably about 10 to 15 miles across for the main part, Hightown. And there is a market square where you hear the main amount of bustle and hubbub coming from, you assume this would probably be the best place to purchase jugs of water.
Perhaps we should find an inn and get a night's rest, huh?
Probably be a good idea.
Yeah. Get a hot meal and some drink in our bellies. My God.
Hot meal, wet water. Would be
Wet
good for
bellies.
us. Wet bellies.
Hot, wet bellies.
Hot, wet.
Okay. Yeah, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
find an inn.
Let's find it in. I like that.
I like
Anyway, know any inns? I assume we stow the magic well before we get to
Oh,
town. huh?
yeah, I dispel the guiding hand.
Good. After some brief looking around, you see several disreputable looking inns, and then on the main kind of boulevard of the town, you see a well-kept place called the Salt Sand Inn, which has a just pristine looking, for a place on an island, pristine, and that means weathered looking sign outside, but it looks clean enough. You hear some warm sounds coming from inside, just general talk and laughter, as well as the faint crackling of a fire. It's nearing nightfall at this point, and it's getting cold on the air.
Yeah, let's go in. I think I have some money in my jingles. Let's go. I'll splurge for this, huh? We'll cover everyone.
You walk inside, and you are greeted by the innkeeper, who says, "Hello. This is the Salt Sand Inn. I haven't seen you in town before. Welcome."
Excuse me?
How bustly is this inn? Also, is
it-
is it like a tavern inn or just an inn?
It is an inn, not a tavern. They do serve food and some drink, however, but you don't see any drunkards, no like people, getting into bar fights. It's not that kind of inn. It's more like a hostel.
Quick question. Is the innkeeper like a tortoise? Because he sounds like a certain tortoise
What does the
in another pirate campaign.
No, that's crazy. The innkeeper is a half elf. He is an elderly man for half elf, which means he's hella old, like well over 100 years.
Dang.
He is dressed in a worn suit, and
What?
he is wearing a pink bow tie.
I love him.
100 years is,
Bow
I don't
tie.
think, that old for a half elf.
I think they live to like 150, right? Something like that. I could be wrong.
I'm sure it's fine.
Either
It
way,
doesn't matter.
he is oldish for a half elf.
And he has a pink bow tie. We're missing the important details
We
here.
are missing the important details. That's very
I
true.
really appreciate you being around to make sure we focus on the important details.
Thank you.
How much, my friend, for some rooms and a hot meal for us?
And where can I get that bow tie?
I'm afraid this is mine. However, rooms, accommodation, and victuals, it will be 50 a night per room, and an extra 5 pieces per person for food. If you please.
Sorry. Did you say
Sorry, what?
50 gold pieces per room?
I'm sorry, ma'am. That, sir, I can't tell. I haven't.
Neither.
Oh, I
I'm
apologize.
your boy.
Okay, my boy. I haven't run into your kind before. I do apologize. But yes, 50 per night. It is the most reputable place in town, and as you can see, we have a certain level of clientele we'd like to keep.
Sorry, I come from the fucking Kamos name's a really fancy ass city somewhere in the Seven Kingdoms that I don't know, but I'm sure Kamos knows.
Less.
And then those prices are ridiculous even for the finery of such a place. Why
Highway
so
robbery.
expensive?
Well, you see, are you new to this area? All of you?
A bit. We had some difficulties on the voyage over here, and unfortunately, we are a bit worse for wear.
I see. The economy on the islands is rather inflated from what you might be used to. You see, gold runs rampant on the shores. As such, prices are maybe a bit steeper than you might be used to on the mainland. I do apologize for any inconvenience, but the price is set, and I'm afraid there's nothing I can do about it.
Let's just go to a shitty inn.
No. So, Kamos shows his ring of what's it? He has a ring of the Iblis aristocracy, and says, "My sir, you recognize this? You recognize that we will be good for it. Please bring us a room and some food. I will take care of it. I do not have the cash on me. I'm sure you are familiar with such a situation. And once we are commented for, I will be able to reimburse you for our stay."
See, yes, I do recognize the crest of a blessed, but
How about I have for you? I have 25 gold that I have on my person that I can give you for a down payment. Would that be enough of an incentive to be sure that I am true to my word? Yes.
it's rather unorthodox, but I suppose
We are rather
exceptions can be
unorthodox.
made. Yes, sir, welcome to the Salt Sand Inn. Have a master bedroom waiting for you upstairs. I shall prepare the key and sit at any of the tables, and food of the highest order will be brought out immediately.
Thank you very kindly.
Great.
And he scurries away to go inform the kitchen of new guests and get your key.
Yeah, nice. As we
This-
set down, I must warn you. It's not bullshit, but we will have to rent this place. Unless we
Yeah,
find
I
something.
figured.
I have 1 gold piece I could maybe give to the fund.
I
We
have
perhaps, if gold is as overvalued, my God, as he says it is, then perhaps we will be able to find. I don't know. What do people do for money?
I don't know. He set the gold washers up on shore.
Do we bob things? I don't. Maybe the alchemists can help us out. It'll be fine.
All right, did we walk away from him and
Yeah.
go to? Okay.
No,
Yeah,
we're
I
having this
I just
conversation
ran
about
away.
No, yeah.
about
That was,
dining
as
and
a
dashing
group,
in front of him.
We as a group surround the innkeeper and move along with him.
Just wanted to make sure. Okay, I'm sorry.
Hey, buddy, just so you know, we're dining and dashing. Bye.
Yeah.
No. We're not dining and dashing. We're sleeping and dashing. It's fine.
Oh, well, we're dining too. He's bringing plates out for us. He said. I
There's-
think.
it's a
Dining,
reputation.
sleeping, dashing.
Yeah, look.
An ideal day.
That signet ring brings some reputation along with it, huh?
Well, I'm, not to be. Don't want to boast, but I'm a pretty good thief. Maybe I can just, while everyone's sleeping, go into the lockbox he has with a bunch of gold and pay him with his own gold.
For the sake of propriety, we'll countenance against such a thing and then not ask about it.
I mean, we're gonna be robbing him either way.
Yeah, you kind of make it.
But I mean, if he just happens to be short gold that he thought he had, he can't pin that on us. If we run, he can pin that on us.
Yeah.
Yeah, better not to burn our bridges immediately.
Yeah.
He'll
Also,
probably assume one of his staff stole it, might whip them a little bit. You know how it is. Take a hand or two.
I do have 25 gold pieces. I probably should have mentioned that before, but I would be willing
What?
to chip in.
Henry, why do you have so much?
Yeah.
Well, I told you, I stole from old Regent. Broke into his stash when no one was looking, and I robbed a few things, including, well, actually quite a bit more gold, but it was mostly taken off me besides what I could hide, and this. And
That
he,
butt money?
Did you hide that up your butt?
I'm
No.
thinking that's the only way
Maybe.
you could hide something like that.
My
Can I roll
God.
insight to see if that's butt money?
Yeah.
Have I fallen into the company of butt smugglers? My God.
It's a 15 for butt money.
Is it butt money?
Well, it's certainly possible.
Good enough for me.
He
All right.
brings out the coins and also a gold ring that he stole.
Butt ring?
Do I recognize the seal?
The seal looks like a anchor, with the seal of the Courgent, the Seven Kings together, which is a 7-sided shape, which is with like very complex like little crown shapes on each of the points. It's the seal of the Shattered Islands, which you might have seen before in Iblist.
Okay, so he stole from the guy on this island. Yes.
He stole from the Lord Regent of the island, who's basically like the king instead of the Seven Kings, as they don't want the journey.
Okay. Well, talking strategy, do we like just to not role play too much, but just get brass tacks? Do we have any plan beyond going to talk to this alchemist after we get a nice rest and a meal in us?
At the moment, no. I think
Yeah.
Gellen's fully intent on. I don't want to be cursed, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
Bruh? I don't want to be
Bruh.
cursed.
All right.
Cool.
Shortly after that, you are brought out a menu with just a couple of things on it, but there is some crab, some like a vegetarian option of like some seaweed and some local fruits and things made into a salad, a steak, which seems very odd. There's a nice like an extra price tacked onto that one, and other like small like sea-based entrees.
Do y'all want to? I don't know how much I trust Island Steak, but also I'm very curious. Perhaps we
Surf and
split
turf.
that. We split that, and then everyone else gets some seafood. Right?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Cool.
He says,
This is rippling content.
and he takes the menus, brings you some a jug of water, several glasses, and also a bottle of wine, and he says, "This was fermented on the islands in the southwestern quadrant. We have several vineyards of repute, and I expect you shall find it satisfactory. I shall be back with your entrees momentarily." And bustles off again to the kitchen. Shortly after that, brings back your entrees. And the steak turns out to be a large iguana-like creature, which has been roasted, looks very meaty and fat, and is split open with a butcher's knife kind of like in the middle of it, completely like cooked on the inside though, but still a whole creature that was just roasted over a spit.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds fucking delicious.
All right.
Sounds pretty good.
Particularly having been starved for a day or two. I mean, like, yeah, we had crab, but holy crap.
I have 2 hit points. That looks delicious.
Yeah,
Perfect.
big and
Yeah, go for it.
no. So as it's basically, Kamos is just going to make sure to ask from the crew their basic details. Does anyone have any? I know everyone has shared kind of a little bit of backstory stuff. I'll assume that you. What as Kamos asks, like each of you, like what your background is. What do you all share? Let us start with Johnny, your character. Can I not remember? I'm very bad with names.
Yeah.
My name is Gellin.
Gallon every time, like Galleon, but Gallon.
Gellin. I don't think I share overly too much about like specifics, but effectively like yeah, I was part of this Triton village that was kind of separate from the Corrigent. Eventually the Corrigent came in and found out about us, found that we were all kind of innately magical in some way, and cracked down, exiling a lot of us, turning a lot of us into servants. Me and my brother ended up escaping, and we went off to be pirates. just because that was the best way for us to find freedom. Um, I spent several years jumping from ship to ship, just kind of working where I could, doing whatever felt best to kind of be free out there. My brother and I split ways on good terms, but just because we had different ideologies. And eventually, the ship I was on, Rune joined up, and then we got taken over by kind of a bigger ship from the Co-Regent, and well, that's where you found us,
Okay.
or found me at least.
Ern, do you have anything to add to that?
Uh, I mean, I don't think my village was taken over by the Corrigan, but like I said, I don't remember much. I just kind of
Wait.
all I really remember is following the moon.
Oh, like how long do you not remember?
What?
What?
You said you don't remember. Like, is this like you just don't from day to day remember too much, or like you don't remember childhood memories?
I uh, I just hadn't been in my village since I was very young, and then
Okay. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Just kind of draw through, and then of course, saving the best for last. Henry already kind of explained himself. So, Alandros, what's up with you? Obviously, I think like we should all be the most curious about this person who we found on the ship that didn't turn us in, but looked like not a prisoner.
fair.
True.
It's fair.
So what's your fucking deal, Valandros?
So, this might be a lot. And listen, you're asking for this, okay? So,
Oh dear.
Here we go.
I
Um,
mean, you can be
Oh,
cagey.
no.
It's
We
fine.
really don't need your full backstory.
no, I'm not doing the whole thing. Just like an abbreviated version.
What's your mother's maiden name?
Susanna?
What's your
Never
first childhood pet?
And also, like, real quick, the social security number.
Absolutely. So basically, Valandros was an Asimar, who descended down to the world and fell in love, had children, and his father found out, and basically like exiled him, and so now he's looking for his wife and children because he put them somewhere, and that's why he was trying to get to this island to maybe find him here.
Oh my, that's heavy.
Ad.
Yeah, just kept it short.
Nice, nice.
This is the most traumatic. He's missing a wife and kid.
It
Also,
certainly
missing
feels
my
that way,
wife
huh?
and child, but
Yeah, but she turned you in.
yeah, it's true. It's true.
Which is somehow less sad in Rune's eyes.
Yeah. His father turned against him.
I mean, at least in one sense, if your wife and kids turn you in, they were kind of pieces of shit to begin with. This
Yeah, you don't need him.
missing love has nothing more painful to the heart.
Yeah, your
Well,
father's
maybe.
supposed to love you unconditionally, and he went, fuck it, I add conditions.
Oh no, that was conditioned from the start. Really, it was kind of like he was using me against his brother because they went like a big war, and it's like a whole big thing. Yeah.
There's a book around here about childhood abuse. I'll find it. Don't you worry.
Oh, I've written one. I can hand it to you.
Oh my.
I do have to ask though. You're so curious about all of our histories. What about you, Kamos?
You do look like a fancy boy.
Wow. I had an association with some of the more prominent houses, perhaps of the Cogent, but circumstances led to not circumstances. I will be honest with you. If we had met in another time, perhaps we would have been enemies. But I am, it turns out, one of you, it seems. And I am a magic user. And the establishment of the Cogent has decided to make itself my enemy for no other reason than tradition and the idea of what they think is right. And that is That is a lot to realize. But for the moment, I am trying not to be dead. I was effectively banished, and my uncle stole my right as as a heir to power, if you will. And so one might say I have a chip on my shoulder when it comes to Quotient. You
I
may
raise
trust
my
me.
glass. I raise my glass and I'm like, yeah, cheers to that. I get that.
Stories less that.
Henry raises his glass as well.
To be fair, it is not my wife, Wolf. But
Yeah.
yes,
I
you know,
mean,
I
you helped keep a, oppressive government in check and were part of it, and then, oh no, they turned against you.
I mean, I'm a young man. Uh,
You. How old are you?
Kamos is like, God, like 18, 19.
Oh, wow.
Um, fucking like maybe 20, something like really rather young. Um,
Child.
a bit. Um, yeah, just what do I want to say? Not entirely naive, but also not entirely savvy enough to expect betrayal from the people that he trusted at one point.
Indoctrinated.
Perfect.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So that's Kamos is back. Do not worry, I will have your back as we figure out what to do with these things. And he points to his forehead. Um,
Really die.
perhaps we will manage not to do that.
As you all finish your meal, finish your drinks, get rehydrated, um, the night is turning into quite a dark night. Unlike on the main continent where you perhaps lived in cities, lived on ships with lights, out here the night is very dark. Even in town, there really isn't too much around except for this single city to pollute the light. And inside, it's very cozy. Outside, it's chilly for sure. And are you turning in for the night, or are you attempting to rob the Salt Sand Inn?
Well, I'll be attempting. I don't know about the rest.
I personally think that stealing things perhaps as we are turning like as Kamos is turning in for the bed is looking to the guy and go, we can like suggesting that perhaps we can deal with our money issues elsewhere and later,
Um,
but it's up to him again. I
I
don't know anything.
want
I'm
you
joining
guys.
him on the stealing.
I want you guys, as you're sitting at this table, to give me kind of just a general perception check from you guys to
Okay.
see what you overhear from a few groups around you.
Is a 16?
Okay.
Woo, that's
Uh,
an 8.
21 from Gellin.
Okay.
22 from
Ooh.
Valandras.
Thank
Very
God for
nice.
smart people.
With a 21 and a 22, you overhear some low talk, suspiciously low talk, from a table beside you. It is these three elves, and they are discussing in low tones the creation of a map. The information, or the summary of it anyway, that you should gather is that the bishop of the local church, James Strauss, was traveling the known islands aboard the flagship of the Courgent to gather cartographic information and construct two maps that detailed all of the known regions of the scattered isles. He has recently returned and has been shut up in the Belfry Luellis, which is the large church, the spire you saw from the coast, creating these. Um, you think that these maps would probably, if they're being discussed in such hushed tones and by important looking people, be very valuable assets. Um, and maybe one way to perhaps make money.
Boy, I hope we know some fences on this island.
They did too. Just grab one.
I suppose so. Valandros, with that information, do you share that with anyone at the table?
Not okay. So we all have one room, right? We all just got the one master bedroom, and then we all have to sleep in that. Yeah.
It seems like not the worst idea to limit our consolidate how much we will owe eventually. Now,
Yeah.
you know.
Um. So I don't share yet. I wait till we all go to the room first.
Okay.
Perfect. You all head up to the night. In the room, you find 3 beds, all queen size. This looks like a suite. It looks like perhaps the proprietor upsold you a little bit on the room, but for
Yeah.
your size, it's at least comfortable enough to not all have to share a bed.
Nice.
Hmm.
So, do you share this info?
Yeah. So I 22. I probably noticed Gellin had picked up on it as well. So I turn to Gellin and I say, Gellin, did you happen to overhear those elves?
Yeah, I was been thinking about that. Having a map of the Shattered Isles, not even just to sell it, but just to have it for ourselves means perfect information about how to chart our course. It means the world. Like that would be amazing if we could get our hands on that.
I agree.
I also think we won't be the only ones there trying to get our hands on it. So the faster we try and take it, the better.
I also agree with that.
And I'll kind of explain exactly what we heard to Kamos
Yeah.
and Rune.
Hmm.
So we take one, burn the other one, then we're the only ones with the map. One of a kind, those sell better.
What?
True.
Well, that's the thing is we take both,
Say we burnt the other
And
one.
say-
say that
burnt
the other
one,
one was
yeah?
burnt, sell a
course.
one-of-a-kind map,
Keep the other one.
keep the other one.
Boy, that does sound like a very good plan. Kamos smiles, and at 1 hit point, I'm pretty sure some blood drips down out of his mouth.
Entire night, we shared a burnt iguana.
Well, DM, how much do we have we recovered? Are we in? Are we receiving
I'll say you
the
guys recovered
sword?
1 hit point each from just kind of refilling food and
So
water,
at
but
2 hit points, only his gums.
there you go.
Oh, gross.
Uh, it's a small trickle of blood.
So, for this immediate night, I want to hear what Valandros is planning.
Doo doo. No, I can't do that.
I can't counter strike.
No,
That's
TOS.
for humming.
Do us. So Valandros wants to wait until he doesn't hear like anyone, downstairs, or outside the room. I'm not sure if it's upstairs or whatnot. And then just kind of peek his head out, check it out, and then hopefully, if not in the register, which he plans to hit first, then try and sneak into the innkeeper's room himself, I guess, and see if he's got a lockbox in there or something.
So,
What time did we get into town?
you guys got into town around 6 o'clock. It's now around, I'm going to say, like 11 or 12.
Let me say while we were waiting. I guess a short rest.
Yeah, you guys can take a short rest for sure.
We can do that hit die extension or expenditure.
Yeah.
expansion, something like that. Oh God, D8, do me well, please, dear God, something good.
So, as
All right, that's not the worst.
you are planning to sneak out, you obviously mentioned this to the rest of everybody, but is anybody else actually participating or?
I mean, okay, so Amos is going to say, "Hey, you seem to know what to do. What do you want? Do you want to sneak off on your own, or shall we work together as a team?"
Well, I mean, that's up to you guys. I don't know your experience with sneaking, and I look at Galen in the full plate mail. Or I guess he might not have it on right now, but
If I'm coming with you, I'll discard the scale mail or the
okay,
chainmail that I have.
okay. Yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys. I'm done stuff like this before, but multiple hands might be nice.
Hmm. I have a little bit of natural ability to sneak, but it's not.
You
It's not
might
my
need a
forte.
lookout.
Mm.
You might need a lookout, and I just look at Rune.
I'll be the lookout.
All right.
Help out somehow? Maybe.
For a second, I thought that was the innkeeper talking, and I'm like, oh no.
I mean, yeah, man,
This is
if
what
you want to
happens when you have
help,
one
bud,
man.
that's fine.
Perhaps we can all go, and those of us who are good at sneaking can get in, and those who are not can wait, and we can have a trail of one lookout with perhaps so. This person is in a building, right? So we can have one lookout that is on the outside. We can have a relayer who will sit in between to watch whether bad things happen or not, or listen for bad things happen or not. If trouble happens for those who are sneaking, then down the chain of command, a cry for help. Presumably, guards will be called as well. And we will do our best, those who are outside and those who are inside, to help whoever is sneaking around to survive and make it away with the prize.
Sounds,
Yes.
Yeah.
that
Sounds
sounds
like a
good.
good plan, yes?
I think I should be relay. I think I'd be good at that. I'm quick on my feet, and I'm relatively good at hiding.
Very nice. Yes. What is all right? So metagaming here. What's everyone's dex score? And stealth
Damn.
bonus.
He just
Uh,
came out and said it.
I did.
Uh,
I said the quiet part out loud.
If you were to calculate how sneaky Gellin is in numbers, I would say that he is 4 sneaky.
Or sneaky. That honestly is impressive. Kamos is only 2 sneaky.
Only too sneaky.
Only 2 sneaky.
But I'm
Alright.
perceptive of a 6.
That is
Damn.
Which is
helpful.
why Rune is a great lookout.
Valendros is 7 sneaky.
Hot.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Fucking rogues.
Max
Yeah.
level 1 sneaky acquired.
Yeah, Henry's 3 sneaky, so maybe Henry should just sit tight or do something else.
Henry can like set up against
Henry,
the
how's
wall,
your
you know?
looky?
The only problem is like Henry stole that, like, you know, all that stuff from the regent and everything, and like Valendros is like, yeah, this guy's got it. So Valendros wants him Henry with him, unless
Okay,
Henry
sure.
says that he's not. You know, if he
I
doesn't
mean,
want to
he
do it, you know what
got
I mean?
caught. How
He
sneaky
did
can he
get
be?
caught.
Later though, right? Or did he get caught? That's a great point.
He got
I just
caught,
assumed it was later.
on the way back. He snuck aboard a ship, got caught at the docks, and was sent immediately back to the islands.
Okay, so he's just bad at
Dumbass.
lying. So he's a great thief. He's just bad at lying.
I don't know, man. Maybe this is a single person thing, and we let you run away from whatever bad things happen.
I like our plan so far. I think we should go ahead with a lookout, a relay, 2 sneakers.
I do like that. I think. All right. So the way that I propose is that we have 2 sneakers being Rune and Calendros. We have Galen play the lookout, and then Henry and I can sit up for support.
Do you
Wait.
want to swap
What's that?
Gellin and Rune in that plan? Because I think you got our names mixed.
Because
I thought
I
Galen
have
had a
a
+6.
for looking.
No, Rune has the +6 looky.
Oh,
Gellin
I
has
see, I see,
the
I
4
see.
sneaky.
We don't
Yeah,
sound
yeah, yeah.
alike.
Yeah, we're very different.
No. I know. I had. I'm
You
sorry.
know, a
I
good
heard-
captain would know our names. All right.
Yeah.
God. I had the other thing mixed up, not the names. Yes. Okay. Yes. I trust my subordinates to understand the situation better.
I'm about to
The-
be an insubordinate.
Oh.
Okay.
Don't let a title or a class change anything, right?
Moving stuff along, we have this plan nailed down. So we have lookouts, we have relays, we have sneaky peek.
Everyone rolled their health for short rests, yes?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Henry did as well, yes?
Henry did as well.
Hell yeah.
I would like everybody to make a skill check as they do this, kind of adjacent to their task at hand. So for the sneakers, obviously stealth, the relays perception, the lookout perception and the relay. That's a little tough, but I'm gonna say I will
Stealth would be best.
also have you do your choice, insight or stealth.
Folks, I absolutely hate to do it to you. We all have one level of exhaustion, and we roll this with a disadvantage.
You son of a
You
bitch.
didn't sleep before you did this. You do.
Hey, that's still pretty good for me. I got an 18.
I also hate that you had to do that. You know what I mean?
And what would you
I-
guys like Henry to do?
Henry's down there doing lookout things.
Okay.
I hate you.
That's a
You wouldn't have rolled that
solid fucking 5 for me.
What did
okay,
the rest of you
it's
guys
okay.
get?
I'm mathing. I rolled an 18 and a nat 20, so the 18 plus 6 is 22.
Okay.
Nope,
Oh,
that's
you're
24.
still great either
24?
Sure.
I math, right?
way. You go ahead.
Gellin got an 18 total for stealth.
Valandros as well got an 18 for stealth.
Okay. Here is what happens. You got Henry as well as Rune on lookout. You got the relay of Kamos, correct? Or no, the relay of
Ellen.
Really of
Gellin.
Rune.
No, Rune
Rune's
is
the lookout.
Rune's the lookout.
So we have Gellin and Valandros doing sneaking. We have Rune doing lookout. We have Henry and Kamos doing, Rune doing relay. We have Kamos and
Oh,
No.
Henry
Again,
Oh god.
Rune doing
Oh
lookout.
god.
Yeah, you had to write
Rune doing lookout.
Everyone but Ben knows what's happening.
God
It's my
damn.
favorite part.
Rune is doing lookout.
Who is doing
Gellin
lookout?
is relay.
Perfect.
Fucking Henry and Valandros are sneaking, and I forgot what Kamos was
I
doing.
believe Kamos is also sneaking Henry's relay. So,
I thought
Here-
Henry was sneaking.
No,
No.
no,
It's
he was-
fine.
he was
So
relay.
convoluted.
It
What? How did
really
we
I
get
is.
this
I know
mixed up?
exactly what happened.
I thought I did too, but now I don't know.
This
I
is
was saying,
just making me ill. So here's what happens.
all right.
Henry is relay. Rune is on lookout. Gellin is also relay. The other two of you are sneaking. So remind me of your rolls. You got a 22, Rune.
4, actually, because I
24.
mathed wrong.
Okay. Who else?
Okay. So I'm doing stealth. Is that
Apparently.
now what have I agreed to? All right. Either way, that's
a 5, I think he meant to say.
Okay.
Yeah, you
5,
kind of
yes.
peaked there.
I did. Okay, yeah. Because I thought I had literally the worst stealth among the entire 5-party team.
Yes,
So why was I stealthing? I was
I think you were-
because you messed up the roll so many times that Toby decided for you.
Oh, God damn it! No, I don't want to be doing sneak.
I think you're the other lookout.
I was planning on being
It's
I
too
had
late at this
suggested-
point. It's fine. We are what we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you got a 5. You got a 24. What'd you get?
18 for Valandros.
18. And Gellin?
18 for Gellin as well.
Okay. Henry rolled in that one.
Hell,
Love it,
Henry.
I kid you
Love
not.
it, Henry.
But Henry was a relay. So here's what happens. You all exit the room. The two people who go to rob the safes walk downstairs. The relays stand in the stairwell, and Henry, a bit groggy from the day spent on the sea, not fully getting his sea legs back yet, locks his knees and passes out. He begins to fall down the stairs. I need you to make a quick dexterity check to try and catch him, Gellin.
Gellin, you got it.
Please do it.
What dexterity am I rolling? Is this acrobatics? Is this a saving throw?
You describe to me how you do it and what one you want to do with it.
Does a backflip and catches him.
I see him just kind of tumbling backwards, right? We're standing next to each other.
Perfect, yeah.
Okay. I want to perform. I'm doing this so that I can convince you to let me roll acrobatics because I am better at that.
Okay.
I would like to perform a front roll to get in front of him, stand up and catch him before he falls, and then gently place him on the stairs where he started to fall and lie him down a little bit so that he doesn't slide.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics check with.
Yes, that makes sense.
Right.
That is a dirty 20.
Nice.
Actually, no. That's a dirty 22.
Damn. Y'all are rolling well.
I forgot to. I'm
Oh,
supposed
yeah.
to have a +6 to that, not a +4.
As Henry begins to tip over and fall down the stairs, you roll down the stairs. However that happens, catch yourself, prop him up, and very gently just lean him against the wall as he is unconscious. This, however, distracts you for a second. As the sneaky people are walking downstairs, don't encounter anyone. All the patrons are in their rooms, and all the staff are in their respective quarters. You head behind the main desk, back to the kitchen, back to the back offices of the Salt Sand Inn. As you're doing this, as a lookout, you see. Where are you looking out of, by the way? It basically has 2 floors. It has like a balcony looking down on the or on the first floor.
I think the balcony looking down would be a good spot.
Okay, perfect. You are on the balcony looking down, and outside, you see a shadowy figure who looks just a little odd, like a little out of place. Either like they're drunk, they're just on some kind of drug, they're like wobbling a little bit, but they look a little uncertain. However, they look to be carrying a weapon. Entered the inn. They don't see any of the people sneaking into the back rooms, but they are now inside. You have an unconscious person on the stairs just inside, and a lookout who has just seen this. In the back rooms, you see a register, which is basically just a box with a simple padlock on it, and behind a desk in the back room, you see a safe. The safe has a actual safe combination on it. What are you two doing?
Well, I'm gonna go to the register first and use my thieves' tools. Try and pop it open.
Okay. Let's see. That would be a sleight of hands check. Give me that.
While that's going on,
Disadvantage,
can
by the
I
way.
relay down to Gellin that I see someone?
Yes, absolutely. Yellen, what are you doing in reaction to this?
How far away from me me and Henry is this guy?
He is not in line of sight of you yet, but he is about 20 feet away, just moving into the inn, in kind of like a jaunt. Like he looked a little off.
He's in an inn.
He's
You are
walking
all
into
in
the
the
inn.
inn.
I thought the thing we were breaking into was the church.
No, not yet.
You guys are breaking into the safe in the inn to steal some money. That was his face's original plan. And by
This
what
whole
this-
time, this whole time, I thought we were going to get.
I thought we were going
The
after
map.
scroll. The map.
Yeah, I thought we were after the map this whole time.
That's my
No,
fault for
I'm
not
so
communicating
unfortunate.
that, but Valendros did
Yeah.
want to rob the safe here.
Oh,
Oh.
shit.
Well,
Big
that
convoluted
changes
plan for some
a
gold.
lot of things.
Wow. All right. So, like, all of us really just described a whole bunch of stuff that we all thought everyone understood, and it turns out no one was on the same page.
Correct.
It's fine.
Perfect.
This is brilliant. I love this. Okay. He is 20 feet away from me. Is there any vertical difference between us?
Yes, you are about 10 feet up on the stairs, and you have a unconscious person next to you.
Uh, I am going to start talking aloud so that this guy can hear me and just say, "Ah, come on, man. You can't pass out here. You got to learn your limits with alcohol." And I just want to like kind of slur my voice to seem like I'm drunk and like my friend here just passed out right next to me. And I'm just like, I gotta carry you up to our room now. This is ridiculous.
Give me a performance check.
Real quick, with the sleight of hand and thieves tools, do I just add proficiency to my sleight of hand, or how does that work exactly?
Yeah, if you have thieves' tools and you're proficient with them, that is basically proficiency in your sleight of hands. And
Okay.
if you already have proficiency, that's expertise.
Okay, I do not, but this will be
Dude, I'm literally cracked.
in that one.
Oh,
I got an 18 with disadvantage on my performance.
Hell yeah.
It's insane. Your rolls are absolutely insane.
They
I'm
really
cracked, dude.
I love it, dude.
Thank God. At
The
least someone
figure
rolled.
in the foyer just barely glances up. Rune, you see at the stairs, disregards it, heads straight into the kitchen. As you are trying to unlock this register, you fumble. Your hands are a little shaky from your recent journey. Drop your tools. In bending over to pick them up, your head smacks into the register itself, which falls off the desk, clattering onto the floor, and the person just freezes. What are you doing during all of this, Kamos?
I mean, okay. So Kamos not having thieves' tools or whatever is just going to have hidden kind of off to the side of the entrance to this room. The guy has come into this room, yes?
Not quite yet. He is on his way
Uh,
back, though.
but he has seen has he seen Valandros?
He has not seen Valanjos quite yet. He is about in the kitchen area, not quite to the office.
Okay. Is the kitchen area past us or before back where he was?
Back where he was. So basically, you got
Okay.
the dining area, kitchen area, office.
Minor illusion, something a plate or something crashing on the floor.
Okay.
In the direction of the kitchen.
The figure whips around, although you don't quite see this, you're not able to see him from your vantage point. You have basically like seconds to figure out what you want to do in this office before he comes back in. Valandros, what are you doing?
I am going to try and get from out behind the counter and just take the hide action, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Then.
So is there a door to this place?
To the office? Yes, there is.
Perfect. I want to hide so that when it opens, I am behind said door.
Okay. And Kamos,
and
are
then
you
quickly-
also? Oh, sorry.
And then quickly communicate to Valandros. So like, we subdue. Once this kid comes through, we subdue him very quickly. Yes.
Oh, oh, okay.
We don't need to murder. We just need to knock this man out if he comes back. Huh? Or are we getting out of here?
Let's
Make the call now.
Sure, let's do it.
Okay. All right. We hide.
Okay. As you hide, this man turns back and you hear footsteps coming back towards the office. There's no window in the office. There's only one door in and out. But you guys are currently hiding.
Mhm.
He enters the office. And what is everybody else doing at Gellin and Rune? and we're gonna wrap up soon here.
I think I'm running down the stairs realizing that shit's going wrong.
Okay, you're running down the stairs, and Gellin?
I want to try and I want to say I did say earlier that I was gonna take off my chainmail, so I don't have my chainmail right now. So I mean, I already said that. I still have the disadvantage on stealth, but it's fine. Um, I want to take. Does Henry have like a hood or a face covering of some form?
No, he has a shirt though.
I want to take off Henry's shirt,
Oh?
wrap
Mm.
my face in it in a way that I can still see.
Okay.
Like how people do the ninja masks with t-shirts?
Yeah, exactly, kind of like that.
Love that.
And I want to try and sneak into the kitchen behind this guy.
Okay. Give me a stealth check. Sorry, I know we're doing
For
a lot of
sure.
checks here, but
It's all
We're trying
good.
to sneak.
It's a check-heavy situation.
Yeah.
Okay, first bad disadvantage roll. That is going to be a 9.
okay. As you start to come in behind this person, Rune, are you also like heading into that area?
Yeah.
You two are you trying to be stealthy or are you just rushing in?
I think I'll try to be stealthy.
Okay, you also give me a stealth check. But you are definitely noticed, Gellin. This person whips around at you, just all sorts of sounds happening around them, but they draw a saber and they point it at you. And in the faint oh sorry, go for it.
Sorry, I got a 15.
With a 15, they don't see you. However, in the faint moonlight, you can see, Gellin, that this person who has their saber drawn on you is none other than the first mate of the ship, Mateo Prentice. He looks haggard and weather-beaten. He looks bloody, and he looks like he is a madman right now. But he looks like he was maybe just coming in here to scrounge for some food or something after hours, and all of this is happening to him. He looks you straight in the eye and he says, "What? If it isn't?" Prisoner.
I've fully covered my face. I did
Oh,
say
okay,
I did
okay.
that.
That's fair. No, that's fair. You did. I forgot. He looks at you and he says, "Stay away. Just need some food. I'm a raw officer, the Navy. Am I right? Stay away from me." And he grabs a loaf of bread that's like on the counter and he points his sword at you, and tries to move past you out of the inn.
I step aside.
He eyes you as you step aside.
I kind of raise my hands up a little bit, like, all right, all right. I step aside and let him pass.
Pauses for a moment, and then rushes out of the inn. However, quite a clamor has been made, and you can hear faint sounds of staff and patrons waking up upstairs, some people just drowsily getting out of bed. You have a few seconds before people start coming downstairs. What do you do, all of you?
I point at the man and I shout, "Thief!"
Perfect. That was my goal too. I love it.
Yeah.
And you in the office?
All right, are you ball? Do you think I like Kamos is looking to you right now, Valandros, for what do you think to do? Do we bolt? Do you take this time to try and deal with the locks? This is beyond expertise for me.
Oh, I'd just steal the entire register.
Fucking go.
Okay. You grab the register and you start running out. I assume all of you are running out of the inn?
Yeah.
I want to make sure I take the thing off of my head and just keep pointing at the first mate and like yell "thief" at him.
Okay.
I'd
Yeah,
go
we
the
can
other
blame
way.
him for the.
Yeah.
You all
Shut up.
you all start running out. Gellin, I assume you hang back a little bit to shout at this man who is foremost running out and shout "thief."
Yes.
I also can I also just like
Minor, I cast minor illusion, which like let me double check to make sure that I can do this. Because I believe I can do a voice, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I can like it's a normal human person's cry, but it is a cry of thief, thief, centered on the first mate as we run away.
Okay. So it's centered on him?
It's I guess
Like as a way for
from
people to
see, I see.
know.
yeah. So it's
Um,
like I guess no, excuse me. So from how big is this place? Real quick, I've got a 30-foot range.
it's about like a 60 square foot room, but you can certainly just make that sound if you want in his general direction.
Down in the direction opposite us,
Okay.
pointed in the direction of the first mate, is going to be the voice thief thief. What I assume is basically in the direction of Galen, but pointed towards the first mate.
Perfect. You and Galen start yelling thief thief, and the old maitre d' who first greeted you just hobbles down the stairs looking drowsy, and he says, "Oh, what's all of this about then? It seems like... Oh, thief,
That's right.
thief." And then he looks over at you, and what are you doing with the register? Because you just have that.
Oh, I ran in the other direction.
There's no door. There's one door. There are
Oh,
windows. You
I'm
can jump out a window, like in the main dining room.
Oh, I
if
thought
you
we
like.
were outside
yeah,
now.
he
Like
ran-
we
so
all
he-
ran outside.
Yeah, so he ran outside, right?
He ran outside. He's definitely in front of you guys, though. So if you're shouting "thief, thief" in his direction, it's going to be pointed at you as well.
You like I can't go behind the building.
You can like dive out a window if you'd like, but you'd have to like break the window.
Fucking run.
Sure, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
I just want to specify. I
No,
really hate all of this because this is exactly what I said not to do. But okay.
So what this old maitre d' sees is a man rushing out with a loaf of bread, people shouting "thief, thief" at him, who he knows are patrons and have paid him at least a little bit of money. And then out of the opposite side of the room, he sees a man just crash through a window. And that is where we are going to call it for this session as you rob this poor old man blind. Thank you so much for joining us for this session of Luck Check. We will be back next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Sharp. Thank you all for joining us. Anybody have any parting words?
Thank you so much.
Thank y'all.
Yes, thank you.
Hello. Thank you for stopping by. It's been a fun time over at Luck Check.
Yeah, and thank you to Tovi for DMing this here session. That was fun.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
round of claps for Toby.
Round of claps for Tovi.
Yeah, a lot of stuff went wrong, so you did very well.
But yeah,
Oh yeah, we fucked this up.
it was good.
All right. I will see you all back here next week. Have a great week, guys. Bye. All right.